welcome to GameBros. This is Kuko.
And this is Prodigy.
Coming to you live from our GameBros studios in beautiful Miami, Florida. I already messed up already.
Yeah, I was surprised, but that's okay.
Yeah. I was supposed to say this is...
Might have to lower that just a tad bit.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live.
Wasn't ready for that one.
Where you need to turn it down is on the main screen, on the main computer. That's where we
Oh my
failed.
goodness.
But the good thing is that it wakes everybody up, and it's just like, oh, okay. When they start their jogging on the treadmill, they're like, oh, they just start jogging a little faster,
a little quicker. Yes.
Picking up their pace. Last week we were on location. Can you believe we were on location last week?
We were, really.
We were in Ultra Car.
I wasn't there.
No, it was your Naruto double stand-up.
That was my Shadow clone. So yeah, it wasn't me.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a great time, good experience.
It was awesome. We got to meet new people. We got to see some cosplayers. We got to meet Deadpool.
The Deadpool himself.
Yeah, it was cool. We got to meet the voice of this guy, my favorite Dragon Ball Z character.
Wait, I'm gonna put it on your camera because the green screen's gonna. Mr. Broly.
Broly himself was there, the voice actor of Broly. So, you guys, if some trivia ever comes up, who is Kuko's favorite Dragon Ball Z character? This is the man right here.
Yeah, make sure you guys keep that, write it down, papers. Don't forget it, because it might come up in the future. You never know.
I went up to the man and I asked him for a picture and an autograph. I'm like, I'm going to take him this. He could autograph it for me. Project, maybe you want to put up the overlay for us? Oh,
yes.
Yeah, that way we can see if any chat comes in from the chat room from either side, either end. So we actually spoke to the man. Went up there confidently. I'm like,
very confidently.
I want your picture and I want your signature here. And he goes, I want to do that for you, but it will cost you a whopping $50 for my picture and $50 for my autograph. And if you do both, I'll save you $10 and do it for $90. I turned around and I looked at Prodigy. I'm like,
what is this?
Nah, I'm good.
I'll just keep my photo.
Yeah. I'm like, who we needed was Mr. Diaz. I don't know if you remember him on MegaCon. People are waiting in line, charging uber mega bucks, but our boy Diaz is pretty tall, so he just,
snatched a picture.
Just parks himself, just tripods his body down, has his, Nikon with the ultra zoom, and boom. And then he turns around and says, I just saved $50. So we needed him. To take some pictures.
Yeah,
and
dude,
stuff.
$50 is a lot of money, man. Just for someone's name on whatever it is. I mean, unless you're gonna resell whatever it is for a whopping amounts of money, but other than that, I don't know.
No, I get that. That's why they go to these cons to sign autographs. That's what they made their money from. I get all that, but dude, like my thing is like there was not that many people there. Mm-hmm. So would you rather go home empty-handed, or go home with at least some money to go to where did we go? Texas Roadhouse, right around the corner.
Roadhouse.
And I'm like, dude, it only takes a second. If you're charging $90 a second, you're making freaking Lionel Messi money. If you can keep it at $90 a second, that's a lot of cash, dude. So I had to pass. But UltraCon was fun. We got to meet a lot of people. We were excited to be there on location. Our first remote. We learned some things, things that we need to fix, things that we need to overcome.
Yeah, but overall it was a great experience. I think it was a good first time at this. Doing this out of the studio. It was pretty fun, interesting, and I just can't wait for the next time.
Oh yeah, one of the guys that won, because we did a couple of games out there. We also did a cosplay contest, and the guy that came in second place, I went and dropped him off, and And the first thing he told me is like, hey, there's a con happening in October. I'm like, tell me more about this.
In October.
So as soon as he gave me the information, I got in my work truck and, hey guys, what's up? I want to go to your con.
The art of the deal right here.
Dude, I don't stop, man. I don't stop.
Hey, I mean, being persistent is important.
Oh,
so
ultra
absolutely.
important. And you guys might ask, like, oh man, these guys are working with some glasses. My glasses are not to see. It is. I've been working IT for Miami-Dade public schools. I've been helping my kids get online so they can actually get their education. So I decided to protect myself with these anti-blue light glasses by our friends at
D2D.
So D2D is killing it. They got their line of concentration drinks, the performance powder that you guys can drink and fuel up. Our supermodel, the woman that would not be named because I don't want you guys hunting her down and freaking being thirsty over her. She drinks this. She drinks this as a pre-workout, and she says she loves it as a pre-workout. But it's made to help you guys perform better in the gaming world, concentration, energy, that kind of stuff. And now
all the good stuff.
They did these awesome blue light,
which
glasses.
I testify, they work.
You're basically going through the same thing, right?
Yeah, for my many hours of being in college, I just started college this week, so I have to be on the computer. I mean, let's say 6 hours a day or a bit more. They work, and if you guys are either working or doing long gaming sessions or both, you can do both. They definitely help with eye strain, eye dryness, whatever you got, and they do work. And you guys remember to use code GameBros, capital G, capital B, which I also posted on our Twitch chat, so that way you guys can get 10% off your next order.
Yeah. Do it, man, because once you get older, you're gonna wanna wish that you did. And eye surgery
save the headaches.
Eye surgery is not a cheap thing to do. But let's get into what we always do, and let's jump in the news. So even though we're going through this pandemic and the coronavirus, and we have all this stuff going on, it's funny how the stream of video game news keeps coming out. Every week we have different things to talk about.
Yeah.
But we still haven't got what we're excited to hear and what we want to hear as far as the new consoles and all that crazy stuff. But we keep getting leaks and different stuff that we're going to get into
so
today.
Many different rumors. Yeah.
But to start off, we actually got a build of the internal part of the PlayStation 5. We got
inside look.
Yeah, we got to see what the console looked from the outside. They showed it off a little bit. Now we finally got to see what the inside looks. I'm not the type of guy that, like, I don't care what the inside looks.
Yeah.
I really don't care what the outside looks either, as long as it's
as long as it works.
Yeah, as long as it works, it's not too crazy. I'm not the type of, like, how's it gonna look in my living room? Because no matter how it looks, you're still gonna buy it.
Yeah.
You're still like, I don't like how the Xbox looks, dude. You're still gonna buy the Xbox.
You're still gonna use it, no matter what.
The PlayStation, you're still gonna buy it. A lot of people are hating on the white thing. I think it's cool because then you could just slap on whatever skin you want on top of it and kind of change it up. I can see a lot of artists. Maybe an idea.
It's a good painting canvas as well.
Yeah. So here we see some of the internals, and all I see when I look at the internals of the PlayStation 5 is, please make my system not sound like a jet engine.
I see 2 fans.
Exactly. That's like the first thing Mark Cerny must have got in there. Is like, guys, we're back to the drawing board. How do we prevent the F-15?
Yes.
We don't want the stealth bomber to sound in
anyone's living rooms or in anyone's rooms.
Or just the pictures of people putting ice packs on top of that. The PlayStation 4. My son went through that.
So exaggerated.
It's true, though.
Dude, all you had to do was clean the PS4 thoroughly.
Okay.
That's it.
Oh, yeah. Once we cleaned it, we got rid of the problem.
No ice pack laying on it.
Nevertheless, we still had to go through it, though.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah, you're right.
But you also see the huge motherboard, and that motherboard is made that way so it can contain the 3D audio, help the SSD with the speed and all those things. So, like I said, I don't really care what it looks like. I'm just excited to actually have it. Please announce the price and the release date already. I saw somewhere where the release date got changed from holiday till late 2020.
What does that mean? Because that can mean a lot of things, actually.
So holiday when you
because holiday, you think the last 3 months of the year.
Yeah.
At least that's the way I think about it.
I think October 31st down because October 31st is Halloween, huge holiday.
Yeah.
November you got Thanksgiving, huge holiday, and then you have whatever you celebrating in December. I don't want to say Christmas, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate during Christmas, it's a huge thing. So for me, those are considered holidays now. So why say late 2020? Are we kicking into the last 5 days of New Year's?
Dude, I mean, dang, where'd you see this?
I saw it yesterday when I was trying to find news.
I mean, late 2020. I mean, that could be a lot, to be honest. Maybe even then, some people don't refer to the end of the year as holidays for some reason.
Yeah.
But then again, a lot of people always, at least when it comes to marketing, that's the easiest way to market something. When you say blah 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 holiday season, boom, it's gonna be near this time zone.
Yeah.
So that's interesting.
Especially in video game terminology, when you say holidays, everyone thinks like November, Black Friday, Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa gift, basically. That you're gonna be able to buy it before that impactful day.
Yeah.
But late 2020, it's the same time, I think, in December. You can't any later than that. You start getting into 2021.
2021, absolutely.
Which is the year I'm waiting for, because I can't wait to get out of this year.
I don't know if it's gonna be any different. I hope. I'm not saying I don't want it to be different. Of course I do, but we'll just have to wait and see for sure.
So with this build, we also see, like I said, the motherboard.
Dude, the motherboard must be massive, because as we saw in
the
the diagrams before, that we've shown off before, the size of the PS5 is gonna be tall. It's a tall console.
Yeah.
So this thing's gonna be. I mean, that's a really, really big motherboard that they're gonna be sticking in that machine.
From what I've seen, it's bigger than the PS3.
In what sense, wider or tall?
Well, it depends if you stand it up or.
Okay, stood up. Excuse me, stood up lengthwise.
Yeah.
From bottom to top. You said it's taller.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see that. I mean, there was a comparison to the Series X, and even it's taller than that.
Yeah, it's because that's what I was. We're gonna get into the NVIDIA GPU, but I told you when we were setting up the show that even the GPU is slightly taller than the Xbox Series X. Said the pictures don't do it justice. Everyone sees it and everybody thinks refrigerator, tall, little square box, but that's not how the Xbox Series X actually looks like. It's actually a small little tower basically. So the thick-wise, maybe a little thinner than the Xbox. So I mean,
it also depends which one you get. I wonder how the one with the disk drive looks like.
The one without
because we're looking at digital. We're looking at digital PS5 internals and outer shell. Because the other one, the PS5 has the disk drive on the right side of the console here.
Mm-hmm. So that takes up space.
That it does.
You need to be able to insert the disc. It needs to be able to have like a laser that
and then
reads
have the
it.
reader. Yeah.
In my case, I don't care because this is the one I'm buying.
Absolutely, I agree.
And I wish they come out with one. Hopefully, like this is the series without the disc with 1 terabyte, and here's a 3 terabyte one, because these games are taking up
almost
space.
like a internal hard drive like upgrade, like storage upgrade, kind of like phones. They have the 64 gigabyte version, the 120.
Or if they can't do that, and Best Buy, please find a compatible hard drive, because Sony's gonna have compatible hard drives that are that you won't lose the speed, because the speed of the hard drive is like
I really hope that
magic
like
thing.
Seagate or a bunch of other people like
have it ready, like this is
HMW or something. They have like the boxes. They say at least PS5 ready or somewhere on the back, just because it makes it first of all easier for consumers. And if you were to see that and you're looking for it, the first one that you'll see, most likely people would buy it.
Well, one of our most watched videos is actually when we bought the PS4
Launch night.
the launch night, and that same launch night we swapped the hard drives out.
Yep.
Because I'm like, if I'm gonna start saving games on here, I might as well just start saving it to the hard drive that I'm gonna leave in there. And I swapped it out to 2 terabyte from the 500 that I first bought. So the same thing I want with this, because these games are getting huge, and if they're 4K, they're gonna get even bigger, and ray tracing and all these things.
SSD with the big worlds and loading, and you're gonna definitely have a really really big games coming out later on. Do you think you want to do the same thing with the PS5?
I do. That's why I'm saying I hope either I can buy a bigger one, or like you said, I hope I can walk into Best Buy and buy the PlayStation 5, and here's a hard drive for it. That way I could just swap it out. Or if like make them like into packages, like, hey, here's our deluxe package with a PlayStation 5, a hard drive, controller, headphones.
Yeah,
headphones
a nice little bundle, a little basket.
Yeah, like if you walked in Best Buy, they when these consoles were selling, they actually had the console with like a big, huge rubber band strap, and they strapped all these things together. So I'm hoping they do something like that.
Yeah.
What's up, Leo? We actually talked about you like 5 minutes ago about how we missed you at the convention we went to
take those bootleg pictures that shouldn't be allowed, and you saved your nice $50 there. What was I gonna mention? I also love how you're mentioning Best Buy but not GameStop.
It's because Best Buy has hard drives. I'm sure that GameStop does.
No, but
have
in the
hard
sense
drives.
of you're gonna go pick up your PS5.
Oh, I'm hoping I win the golden ticket from the PlayStation 5 pre-order thing. That's what I'm hoping.
We're all hoping for that.
And Leo, these are anti-blue light glasses, but just so you know. So I'm hoping I win that lottery. Today. And I'm even confessions. These are my confessions. I looked up how to get platinum trophies really easily, hoping that I can get my platinum trophy ranking up.
So they can be like,
that way, like,
this guy's
this
Sony.
guy
He's a
has
Sony guy.
more platinum trophies than this guy. We're gonna give this guy the golden ticket. Here, you could pre-order. I'm like, yes,
dude. I really hope. Retro said that he heard Taco Bell's doing the Series X thing. That I did not know. I knew about the Pringles thing in the UK from our man Wrecker. We also got this. Might as well jump into this real quick.
Okay.
Doritos, if y'all like sweet chili, which to be honest, that is my favorite Doritos flavor.
I have not tasted that.
Oh man, you're missing out. We're gonna buy when this comes out officially.
So
I'm gonna get you
who
some.
took this picture of the bag? Somebody that works at Lace?
Maybe
Lace Factory. Some guy just like took a picture.
He like snuck. He's like, guys, you guys want to sign up? You guys want to participate and try to win a PS5?
If that's the case, do they have a family size one so I can start buying some of these and raising my golden ticket? Plus, I'm trying to buy as many PlayStations I can buy and Xboxes because I'm an entrepreneur and I want to flip some. Is that bad? Is that a
no,
bad
it's absolutely not a bad thing. I think it's a smart way to go, especially when the PS5, first of all, is going to be, at least what a lot of people believe in, what they've kind of been speculating, it is going to be a more limited supply of PS5s than when PS4 launched.
I try to prepare a lot myself for the show just in case questions come up I can answer. So I'm always looking at different and reading different shows, listening to, different podcasts and stuff, and watching and reading the internet. And even Xbox shows are like, the season's going to come. PlayStation 5 is going to be out. Depending on how many PlayStation 5s they make, that's how many they're going to sell because it's going to sell out. Hopefully they make a little bit amount. That way people that go buy a PlayStation, they're like, oh, there's no more. Okay, I guess I'll get an Xbox. And I'm like, dang, if that's how the Xbox fanboys feel, Xbox is in trouble.
They are. Well, in winning the war of sales and stuff like that in the consoles.
So they're like, the only way we can win the beginning is if PlayStation makes 1 million and we make 5 million consoles, and they'll run out of their million, but we'll keep selling our 5 million, and that way our numbers go up.
What if I hit you? Well, actually, we'll get into another contender
Mr.
later.
Diaz is getting married this holiday season.
That's right.
And he's like, I'm adding the PlayStation 5 to my registry.
Oof! If
He
someone
is a genius.
If someone brings you that, they're like, I don't know, they're your best man or best woman, or what do they call brides?
Bridesmaids.
Bridesmaids.
So
they would have to be that.
I got married 16 years ago. I did a registry. It did not work for me. I got like 7 blenders, 5 rice cookers. I got like a bunch of like the same stuff and the cheap stuff. Nobody went on like Christy put like, I'm gonna put these bed sheets. They're like $700. Maybe somebody will buy them. And I looked at her.
Sheets for $7. Oh, are they gonna like levitate me while I sleep or something? Are they gonna cuddle me while I sleep?
I don't know what the hell they did. And guess what? I still don't know because I never got them. She's like, you might as well start scanning everything. I'm like, don't scan everything or anything, because I can tell you what people are gonna get us: blenders, rice cookers, and toasters.
The top 3 things, and you can add 2 more if you want. Top 5 things you can get at a wedding.
But Mr. Diaz, if you are able to get a PlayStation 5 for your registry wedding, a tip of the cap to you, my friend.
Absolutely.
That would be amazing. But going back to the SSD and the motherboard, on that motherboard they have the 3D audio. We've been reading, left and right, that the developers are going goo gaga for these things. They're super excited.
Crazy.
And the controller as well. Like they're like just salivating and drooling all over this controller.
We don't know if they're paid, but that's what they're saying, right?
Yeah.
It's
they're getting paid. I don't know if they're getting paid by Sony, but somehow they're getting paid.
Absolutely. I really want to try. I mean, I've experienced going more into the audio aspect, because they've mentioned that. Well, I remember when Mark did his presentation where nobody understood anything he said because it was kind of complex for everyone. But when he mentioned 3D audio and stuff like that, I've always wanted to try and see how different this is going to be from the one we already have on the PlayStation 4. Because I've tried like Atmos or any of like all those other things before. I know there's speakers and stuff like that. I've also tried it in headsets. And honestly, I can imagine the difference it makes when it comes to playing a game and hearing everything and just hearing it super nice, crisp, and clean. It is so nice to hear a game well. So it's going to be very interesting to see how different this 3D audio tech is going to be compared to last gen.
Because audio makes a big difference. The way
yes.
the immersiveness, like games like BioShock or Last of Us, games that are these story-driven, like in Call of Duty helps a lot too. Like the guys above me, below me, to the side of us.
Mm-hmm.
To me, Apex needs help with the sound department. Like sometimes you're
in
running
the end, yes, the game developers need to have a good sound system.
But if they have a good, jumping off point, I think it goes a long way. So hopefully they can get that together. So, and the other thing is the controller. I can't wait to use it, to see what it does, those type of things. Some guy came up with a concept for a dark version, like a night version.
Night mode. If you're
for
playing
the
at nighttime, you know how when you turn on your car.
I just don't understand how he thinks that the controller is gonna go from white to black like this.
What's that stupid website called? Skinit,
Okay.
Skinit.com.
All right.
That's how he's gonna do it.
I think it would be cool for the buttons to light up like that, but just like our friend Wrecker said, yeah, that's gonna drain the battery like crazy. And especially, at least in my part, most of my gaming is done at night.
Yeah. I mean, this is just a cool concept. Most likely, this will be done in custom controllers.
Yeah.
Maybe later on in the future. But yeah, this is definitely
I see
really
Scuffy
cool
doing
concept.
that, or Control Freaks, stuff like that. Making that happen.
One thing we were very surprised by, which is something Google found out today. Found out on the Reddits, and Tell me why I'm posting this image up here.
Because just like I do, you love the PlayStation Vita and the PSP.
Mm-hmm. And now why are
Nailed it.
Why are we showing this though? Like, we're talking about the PlayStation 5 here.
To be honest with you, I don't care.
Me neither. But I was just surprised.
But okay, so let's rewind a little bit. So last week Ubisoft came out and said that from their perspective, PlayStation will not have backwards compatibility with PlayStation 1, 2, and 3.
Mm-hmm.
So they have spoken about having backwards compatibility with PlayStation 4. So this picture that you're showing, they had patents that they made, Sony did, to be able to have backwards compatibility or making compatible the PlayStation 5 with the Vita and the PSP. Because at night, I always fall asleep like, dude, can I please play Metal Gear Acid on my PlayStation 5? I lose sleep over it. I don't know.
You do?
No, of course not. Dude, if
I
I'm
know.
buying a PlayStation 5, it's because I like future technology.
Mm-hmm.
If I like to play with old crap, I had old crap, and I could have just kept playing with it.
Yeah, there was no need to get anything new.
You know, like, I understand that there's people that have nostalgia. Dude, I've been gaming since the Atari 2600. But at the
And
same
you've never
time,
experienced any nostalgia.
yeah,
Or
for
maybe-
like, dude, I'm 100% positive that 80% of the people that like have nostalgia for like Mario, or Tecmo Bowl, like my favorite game, whatever nostalgia game you have, you get it. Like I bought the Nintendo Mini.
Mm-hmm.
Or Hitman for one of the GameBros
Yeah,
Christmas parties. He got me
PS1.
a PlayStation 1. And I popped it in and I played. And I'm like, oh, damn, I remember playing this in Metal Gear. You know what? I'm going to go play the Phantom Pain.
Yeah.
Or like I start playing, Mario. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go play Cuphead. You know, like, yes, the nostalgia is awesome for like a couple of minutes and then you get over it.
Yeah, I agree.
I understand we're all, people love vanilla, some people like chocolate, some people like strawberry and so forth and so on. My thing is if I'm coming out with $500-600 for a PlayStation 5, I want to play PlayStation 5 games. If I want to cough up $600, which we're going to talk about later with the Xbox Series X, I want to play new Gears. I want to play something. I don't want how can I play the original Halo on there? Or I want to play you name it, the Blue Dragon, the original Fable. I want to play new stuff. I want to experience new things. Just like when I was a kid, I eventually grew up, eventually grow out of just playing Nintendo.
Playing the same thing.
Yeah,
Absolutely agree. I mean, even me, even then, I'm not too old, right? I haven't been in this for such a long time, but even then I would play an old game. I'm like, oh wow, this brings back memories, and then I'll be like, yeah, no, I don't want to play this anymore. Let's move on to something else.
Going back to the PSP and the Vita, like what memorable games are on there that you're like, dude, I really am dying to play on again? I love them. I played a bunch of games. I have trophies and platinums.
You have a long history
on these things, but at the same time, if the games were that good, they were that memorable, these things would have sold more. A lot of the reason why a lot of people bought the PSP is because they used to jailbreak them to use emulators on it. I was very upset when we started talking about the Vita when it was in development with my brother. I was so upset, and he's like, why? Why are you so mad? I'm like, they could have easily put the Android operating system, and this thing would have blown up. You could download games from the Android store. You could use it as an indie machine. And I'm telling you, if they would have done that, the PS Vita would have freaking killed.
But why would you say that? You still have to have some Sony format or something on it.
Well, Sony has Sony phones, and they had
their
Android operating system, but they also have their
called.
overlay on top of it. Same thing. The Samsung Galaxy phones have Android, but they have a little Samsung overlay over it. So that's what I was.
That's what you were saying. You're suggesting.
Yeah. Just keep it open for me to be able to download like field runners on it back then, or download any of these games for like $1. I get it. Sony wouldn't make money off of it, but they could have worked out a deal and said, hey, whatever that we sell in our store, let us keep 50%, and you guys get 50%. 50% of a dollar is still 50 cents, but trust me, dude, they would have killed it with that. But they decided to be greedy and just keep everything closed in, and they never sold. But I digress. Yeah. My thing, the whole point is, what games on the PSP or the Vita are you guys like? I can't wait to play Patapon.
Yeah, no, I
the good ones have been remastered already. Gravity Rush, Patapon.
Gravity Rush.
Really those things. If you guys really want to make money, remaster freaking All Stars Battle Royale.
They don't need to remaster it. They need a new damn game. Is what they need. Yes.
Okay.
Going from we forgot to, when we're talking about the skeleton of this machine. Let's jump into the skeleton of the next machine.
The Xbox Series X.
Xbox Series X.
They went. If you guys noticed, the way they kept it small and compact is they went with a dual motherboard system. If you see, there's two motherboards on either side, and on the middle they have like a cooling plate to kind of help with the cooling. And they have like a huge. If you see that square piece, it's kind of like a buffer for the heat of the CPU.
Oh, the heatsink.
The heatsink, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that's how they kept it smaller and more compact. The PlayStation has a longer motherboard, and that's what makes it so big and bulky. So if you could have cut that motherboard in half and kind of folded, you kind of would have shrunk a little bit.
Yeah, made it more compact.
I asked a friend what would the difference be, and my friend that's a IT guy says the only thing he can think of is that maybe they kept it long like that so they don't have to have like buffering speeds and stuff like that.
Because it's all one.
So it's all on the same board instead of having to go through. You have to go through a ribbon or a pin that connects it to the other motherboard. So that transfer, there might be milliseconds because electricity travels super fast, but it still has to travel though.
Yeah.
And that creates a choke point basically.
I do like I ever since they showed off the Xbox Series X and they showed off there was a cooling diagram. I always liked the way they're doing their cooling for the Series X.
Ever since they had
suction from the bottom and blown out like through the top, the way it's gonna do like a vortex throughout the thing is gonna be pretty cool.
Yeah, ever since they had the red ring of death, I think Phil Spencer said, I don't ever want to go through this. Design what you have to design. Do what you got to do and make this thing not, get hot anymore.
Yeah, I agree.
And the other design, the Scorpio, was really good. I remember going to E3 when they announced the Scorpio and just seeing it broken down. And I'm like, dude, how did they compact this in such a small box? Because they actually, the Scorpio box was really small compared to the Xbox.
Compared to the original.
That looked like a huge cable box basically. But the other one was really, really good design. I always tell everybody if there's like a MVP or like the what are they called, the executive of video games, Phil Spencer for me is number one, hands down. I think because Phil Spencer's been there so long, but PlayStation keeps swapping guys.
Yeah, they keep
quitting
rotating
or retiring, But Phil Spencer's been there since Xbox original OG Xbox, and has climbed up the ranks and he's turned the ship around, and I think he's done a good job. And he knows what gamers like because he's a huge gamer himself. A lot of times you get these executives that came from like such and such thing, and they
don't know how to relate to the people they're selling.
Yeah, they know how to make money. They know how to sell products, but they don't know really what it entails. But
yeah,
will it overheat if you wrap
outside the PS5? Depends what you're gonna do. Diaz, if you
wrap the PS5 but don't wrap the air vents, you should be fine.
Yeah. I mean, other than that, I think it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
So if like the plastic panels or anything that you saw on the sides or whatever, I think you could like change that or whatever, and I don't think it should cause any problems.
Yeah.
Going to continuing with Xbox. Xbox, as we know, has their what's it called? The
DX?
SSD. No, the SSD, you know the little chip we like. Well, at least I like the idea of it.
I agree.
How it's a little chip and
The
it just
little
goes in the
cartridge?
back, the little cartridge.
Yeah.
Well, the same technology they're using for the speeds to cut loading times, do all that, so you could load into games faster, have multiple games running, whatever, and load into each one instantaneously. Well, some of the software side of things for that, they're apparently going to move into Windows 10. So people that are going to play their Halo Infinite on their PC or whatever like that, they don't have to wait for those games on Windows to like have those long loading times. Instead, it will be easier for it to use the power of your PC and a bunch of other complicated little things there.
Yeah.
But basically, Windows 10 games and stuff like that, that are gonna be running on that Microsoft stuff.
Yeah.
It's gonna be better for the PC. It's gonna be better to play and just a lot smoother for.
I would
PC
love for
itself.
them to come out and explain how they're gonna do this. It's a
Mhm.
great idea. I hope they can. It would be great for PC gamers to be able to take advantage of all this speed and tech and stuff.
Yeah.
My question is, how are they gonna do this? It's very easy for you when you're making your own console. This is what I want. These are the specs. But that's the thing with PC. Like, I have a PC. My PC is unique to anyone in the world. I don't think anyone has a PC like mine
Yeah.
that has the same amount of RAM, that uses the same motherboard with the same CPU, with the same, all these components.
Yeah, there's so many different combinations of
Yeah.
many different little things.
that you can change. Like,
You can
instead of
change.
using, Keystone memory, you're using memory by pen or whatever, different manufacturers, different things. DDR5, DDR3, you name it. There's. So I want to know how they're going to make this happen. How I hope they can, because PCs is the master race, right? That's what I'm told.
Yeah.
So if
Yep.
they can get this done, it's gonna make an even master race. Because
The
if they can-
masterest of the master.
Yeah.
That's not a real word. Don't take me.
But
on
how can you get what I'm saying? Like, when I think of hard drive, that's more like a hardware type of thing.
that. Yeah.
And then and how do you make PCs faster by increasing to me that's optimization, right? Like, when you optimize
I
the
think
software,
it's you're gonna have either optimize the platform itself that it's running on. I guess.
or are they gonna make like a kit that you can put like a USB 5 and have that little memory card sized hard drive, and
Maybe,
have
who
that
knows?
increase the speed of the and have the games load into that particular hard
Yeah.
drive instead of the. I'm just curious. I just want to know how they want it. I want to know their magic.
Yeah, you're right. And wow, good, nice little segue here. Magic. We're talking about magic. We're talking about master race. We're talking about power. And man, did we? Well, at least I didn't expect this. I don't know if this was announced or it just came out of left field.
I expected it because they do it every year.
Oh, I do not recall. But Nvidia.
Okay, maybe not every year, but they're starting to pick up the pace to almost every year. Maybe back in the day, the GPUs maybe took a couple of years for them to develop a new one, but it kind of feels like AMD and Nvidia and Geforce make like a new
Constant trying to
GPU,
trying to move
trying
forward.
to beat each other basically.
Yeah, they have their own little war going on
Yeah.
on their side when it comes to pieces, with parts and stuff like that. But they reviewed their GTX 3080, and they also talked about the 3090 and the 3070.
Okay, so 3080 is smack in the middle,
It's smack
3070
middle.
is below.
3070 is below, and 3090 is way above. Not way above, but it is higher than the 3080 and 3070. Now, for those who don't know what a GPU is the graphics processing unit that is in the PC. That's what processes the graphics, whatever, outputs how good your game looks. So for
You know how they always say that
here?
video gaming is bad? I'm telling you something. If it wasn't for video gaming and gaming in general,
computer
would be they would be caca.
yeah.
Because what your computer needs to do what you need it for, that stuff was like in the 1990s. You would have been good, but for the streaming and all the stuff we're doing now, it's all because of gaming.
it's pushed
because
to
back
explore.
in the day, the GPU was built in on your motherboard.
Oh, it wasn't. Oh, I didn't know that.
It wasn't
Interesting.
external.
I'm taking a computer class and I didn't know
Yeah.
this. But yeah, I mean, first I want to say that this is such a cool looking piece or part, whatever you want to call it. It just looks so cool. They have like this really cool hourglass design look to it. Apparently, they also went with a different system to disperse the heat and stuff like that. And they have the fans, so it's really good.
It's
and
funny
it
you
stays
say
cool.
design. When I bought my first my first GPU for our computer, I bought a particular GPU, and the guy's like, "Well, but you know that one's not as good as outside of the looks of the
Okay. Sorry for the ear rape.
outside of the looks of the GPU itself, what does this GPU do that other ones don't?
Well, this one is going to have 40 ray tracing teraflops. Well, that's the 3070, right? That's the bottom of the three that are coming out. If you for the release dates, actually, let me say that the first two cards, so it'll be 3090 and 3080, are coming out on September 14th and 22nd, and then RTX 3070, which is like the bottom of the line of the three different GPUs, is going to be coming out sometime in October. So the 3080 is going to be coming out first, which is the mid-tier one. That's going to be in September 14th, which is not. It's actually next week, I believe, and the 3090, which is the high-end one, is going to be on the 22nd of September. So for the 3070, 40 teraflops of ray tracing power, ray tracing teraflops. They have, and then
40 and
ray tracing
and
teraflops.
PlayStation
I don't
and
know the
Xbox are
difference.
like 12 and 15.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna also be running at GDDR6, 8 gigabytes of GDDR6, and it's gonna have 20 shader teraflops, 163 tensor teraflops, which I don't know what that last one was. I don't know what tensor teraflops means, but it's for all the people the gurus there, that's what it's gonna be, and it's gonna be starting at $500, and that is the bottom one. Then we have the mid-tier, the new flagship model, the Geforce RTX 3080, which is twice of the performance of the 2080. So it's twice as the one,
So
the
80
previous.
teraflops.
No, of the 2080.
Oh,
The 2080 was the last GPU line,
My
the
bad,
20
yeah.
the 2000 series. It's gonna have 58 ray tracing teraflops, so 18 more than the last one. Around 130 more tensor teraflops and 10 more shader teraflops. It's gonna have 10 gigabytes of GDDR6X. I don't know what that is. Extreme. And the price is gonna be $700, so $200 more than the bottom tier.
And I like how people's minds are getting blown for the 500, and that's just the GPU. You still gotta buy the motherboard.
There's a lot of other pieces missing. And then we're going to get into the big papa, GeForce RTX 3090, the world's first 8K gaming GPU. So
full 8K,
8K.
not checkerboarding, none of that.
Ray tracing on with DLSS 8K, 8K HDR shadow play, AV1 decode, and HDMI 2.1 running on this. And the price is $1,200.
$1,200.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. But supposedly it looks amazing.
Some of the footage that they kind of showed with ray tracing on, with a couple of games, I think was Watch Dogs Legion, of course Minecraft, as they've been showing right there, Fortnite, as you can see, that's Watch Dogs Legion. What was the other game? I think they also showed off Doom. Cyberpunk as well, which Cyberpunk looks phenomenal in the demo they showed. If you guys get to have a chance, watch it on like a 4K screen.
So
it just
Doom,
looks great.
instead of having 100 monsters, now you can have 150,000 monsters.
Either instead of having some okay looking monsters, now you got crisp looking monsters.
You got blood dripping on your face from all the killing.
Yeah, but I mean,
now I saw in different sites where they're talking about, is the new NVIDIA card going to prevent people from being console gamers? Are console gamers gonna change to PC Master Race? I think if you're gonna join the PC Master Race to start off, I don't think you're starting off with a $700 gift card.
Definitely not.
I mean GPU,
and especially now that these come out, I bet you all the other lines of GTXs are gonna drop in price. So definitely some of them are gonna be much more affordable coming in.
Yeah,
in.
I can imagine if this one is what you said, $600, the 370, the 3070.
The 3070 is 500.
500. So
3080 is
the 2080 has to be cheaper than that.
Depends which one you're gonna go for, because I know there was the TI, I think, is the highest 2080.
Mm-hmm.
And that one actually, when it came out, was 1,200, because that was the highest top of the line out of all the 2080s.
Tastes good. Some good stuff there.
So I might eat mine, I guess.
So if you want to jump into the PC Master Race, this is the time you guys want to do it. That way you guys can actually get some good GPU cards and not have to overpay. If you got the big bucks, go for the 3090, man. Drop the $1,200 on that bad boy.
If you have the big bucks.
You gotta get a 8K monitor so you can see it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's awesome. I honestly can't wait to game on 8K, 120 frames per second.
When are we gonna have that?
Like in 2030.
In 2030. I'm looking to get into PC. Slowly.
You know, the funny thing is that like 95% of us still haven't gamed 4K, like real 4K, not the checkerboarding crap.
Native, or what's it called? The boosting or whatever it's called, the 4K upresing, upscaling.
So I can't wait to actually.
Dude, I can't wait to just see. I know
the Scorpio does it.
Uh-huh.
But I don't think there's that many games that were made to be 4K for that system. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because you got to build the game around the architecture and all the different things. And
a lot of them have it so they could upscale the game a little bit. But I want a game that's built from the ground up, 4K. And 8K.
I just want to see Kratos in 4K, man. I just want to
imagine
kill some gods in 4K. Some Norse mythology guys.
Imagine playing like Apex and it being like photorealistic.
Oh, dude, that's nice.
Just seeing like Bangalore running around and I think
the way you say it's pretty funny. But yeah, so I mean that was the news. That was of course, I guess if you want to keep calling yourself the master race, you do always got to be ahead of the bog against your other competitors.
It's like I said though, like man, their cheaper high flagship card right now is 40 teraflops, and we're talking about 12 and 15 on the console end.
But I'm pretty sure there's a difference when it comes to ray tracing teraflops over the actual like CPU teraflop processing power.
Yeah.
There might be a difference there. You know how Mark Cerny did his little spiel. Oh, say Sony has this amount because we
I don't
made the
care.
teraflops into sound, and we have another system for that. Whatever. But
I don't care how you chop it up. You're still chopping up 12, 15, and 40. How much it costs to get those things? That's a totally different.
That's a different story.
Different story.
Yeah.
But
But even I guess for those who are already at the top right now, when it comes to PC the top, all they have to do is just buy this and swap it.
Yeah.
I'm guessing. So there hasn't been any new CPUs coming out or anything like that.
they did. The AMD announced one
But-
this year, and so did
Well,
Intel.
because of the one that's going to be put into the PlayStation and the Xbox, right? The Ryzen.
Yeah.
The new Ryzen is going to be coming out.
Yeah.
So yeah, interesting news and. It was
So
crazy.
this week
That's
we're gonna
crazy.
get something very good coming out of the Ubisoft
Mhm.
camp, because they did announce they're having another Ubisoft Direct.
Beyond Good
That's
and
what I'm
Evil.
calling it. It's a Ubisoft Forward. Basically, I think they're gonna show a bunch of upcoming games. They're like moving forward. Basically, is what they're trying to get at.
I hope we don't
Hopefully-
have the same forward we had last month. It was horrendous.
Yeah.
It was we didn't get anything new.
No.
It was
no.
the same games.
And nothing like that is coming out now. Go get it now, or something beyond the horizon. Everything was like, yeah,
we knew this was coming. We already saw this. So I mean, it was nothing new.
yeah, but at some point we have to see a new Rainbow Six. It doesn't have to be Siege. It doesn't have to be Siege. It doesn't have to be Siege.
Hey,
Even
you know what? You're right.
Quarantine.
They gotta show Quarantine.
Yeah, like
So what are we expecting from this? I'm expecting Quarantine. I'm expecting new Beyond Good and Evil footage, because who
Yes.
knows how long they haven't showed
a long
anything.
time.
It's been like a couple, I think 2 years maybe.
Yeah.
And maybe a new game, maybe a new teaser for a game they're working on, something new.
I want to see Prince of Persia. There's
There was rumors of Prince of Persia,
remake
a
coming
remake
out, but
coming out.
Why remake it? Why
Right
not
here.
make it brand new?
Why not make a new game?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Everything's getting remade. Either that or they're porting it over Nintendo.
But by them making a new Prince of Persia game, it's basically remaking it. I just think that they just need to make a Prince of Persia game, have a little origin story behind it,
like a little mission,
and
thing.
just create it from the ground up.
Mhm.
I want to see other games that Ubisoft. I remember when they had the one where you were in World War II and you had like a dog, and it was like a 2D.
Valiant Heart.
Yes, I want to see
That game
something.
was great.
Something along those lines of those that.
I think
you
they
know,
need to
small indie
pick up people that can make small indie games, or they should get some of their studios to work on it, some of their smaller studios, because even though those games aren't always like, the most flashiest or the best, I think no matter what, for gamers, those are pretty good games.
Have
to
you
experience
played
and
Elite
play.
Squad?
Yes. And I
It's-
don't play it anymore.
It's a trash mobile game. But when I started playing it, I'm like, dude, why not make a console version of this?
And better.
And
More
just-
like I'm going to say XCOM or Gears Tactics.
Yeah. Any strategy game that's around that same vein. I remember playing back in the day on the PC Commandos, where you used to infiltrate a base and it was like XCOM. You're directing your troops around. Dude, I thought about it. I'm like, why not make one with the Elite Squad, but better graphics, better thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't mind seeing that there, saying, hey, look, this is Elite Squad console, and just showing the guys and Tom Clancy. I remember the first Tom Clancy games. Before you started playing, you actually had to plan out, like, Alpha go from here to here, breach this door, and Beta go from here to this door.
That's how
and
Rainbow Six Siege had their teaser trailer from like 2012 of them
so
showing
they
how that's gonna go down.
have a history of making strategy games within first-person shooters. So
Mhm.
why not make something like that? just something different. We have enough of with Assassin's Creed, with the open world, go to a base, take the base over. That whole we don't need Assassin's Creed to do that. We don't need freaking what's this one? Ghost Recon. Far Cry. It's like too many games with the same mechanics. At one point, everybody's like, "Oh, this is cool. This is awesome." But and then I think it got oversaturated, and people are like, "Okay, I get it. Okay, another freaking point that I have to go and take this base over, and okay, go collect this."
I just do it in different fashions. I do it as a soldier. I do it as an assassin. I do it as a
in the
guy by
future, in the
himself.
past.
Yeah, I mean, dude.
It basically feels like a game with like DLC skins over it.
Reskins or texture packs or something. Talking about all that, like you were mentioning, and just made me think back to a game, which I don't know if it's Ubisoft or not, and I might be mistaken. But do you remember this game called Child of Light?
Yeah.
Where you basically had your own monster.
Yeah.
There was Pokemon style fighting, but not really. It was a different version. Was that by Ubisoft?
I believe so. Let me look it up.
I mean, also, dude, like, where's your Rayman? Such an iconic character for Ubisoft company in general. Where's your Rayman games? When was the last
Ubisoft
time
Montreal
made Child of Light?
9 of 10. 9 out of 10.
That game was great. It was so
4.6 out of user. And this is like not a game that needs to be huge and big, sprawling.
Yeah.
I just think that a company like Ubisoft, EA, this and that, they cannot be one-dimensional. They need to be diverse to keep the palate cleanse. Like you can only eat so much pizza before you're like, damn, pizza again. Like, can we eat something else? So same thing with video games. I think they've gotten into that we create open world games, and they did a really good job at it, but we don't need to do it like 5 times a year.
Over and over again. Yeah, I agree. So like I mentioned, That's
why Child of Light, Valiant Heart, small little games like that, I think Ubisoft needs. And they can still push out their Just Dance 2022 if they want. But I
don't think Just Dance hurts anyone. I mean, just keep it there. I mean, in the end, what other party dancing games are there?
No.
None. Basically, it's almost like hitting the Madden, which we'll talk about later, where that's the only football game you have. So,
but I want to see. I want to see some diversity. I want to see games that I want to be able to watch it and then tell Project, dude, did you see that new game Ubisoft showed off? Did you see the footage that we haven't seen yet for?
Yeah.
Beyond Good and Evil, XYZ. I just don't want to see any more wash and repeat stuff. Quarantine got shown off, and we haven't seen nothing.
Quarantine
for 3 years
got
now.
shown off. I believe. Oh no, it got shown off last year, right? At E3.
What did they show?
It was a teaser trailer of Ella running. It was a cinematic. It wasn't even gameplay or anything.
But isn't that the same one we've seen?
Sort.
Just
I think
Ella coming to save Visual and Lions with her.
Yeah, did we see that the year before? I can't even remember. That's how long they haven't even showed the damn anything about it. I just think that they got to put out new stuff and stop showing. I think they're gonna show more Assassin's Creed.
Valhalla.
For sure, because it is coming out, I believe, this month, if I'm not mistaken, right? But
it feels so long ago, and it was 2019.
It was last year, right?
Yeah.
When they first showed it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember, because I remember we saw it. I remember seeing it in the hotel, and we were on the bed. I remember watching it.
It sounds gay as hell.
I was.
What I was going to say is that with this whole quarantine, it kind of makes everything feel so much longer than it really is, because we've all been locked up at home. So it just kind of feels like it's been a while.
It's been a while. So, yeah, we're just expecting to see more of Ubisoft, hopefully new stuff on September 10th. So, yeah, this is going to be this Thursday.
A lot of stuff's going down on Thursday.
Yes. Moving on to a system which I thought they did a great job with, amazing job, I think one of the best. The Oculus Quest. Seems like Walmart, put out a price tag on the Oculus Quest 2. I didn't even know they were making a second one. I was surprised by this.
I knew they were making it because Oculus is owned by Facebook, and Facebook is pushing VR hard now. Now to log on to Oculus, you have to use your Facebook account to log in. They're forcing you to.
That's why. If I were
They're
to get
also pushing Facebook. What's it called, man?
Dude, we just. It's
Ready
so
Player
funny.
One.
You sent yes, Facebook something. I'll tell you right now. Keep talking.
Yeah, it's basically Facebook's version of Ready Player One's Oasis. It is called something. I can't believe I forgot. But they're pushing. I knew that they had to make a better. The Quest is awesome.
Horizon.
There you go.
It's Facebook Horizon.
And you could create your own world. You could create a bunch of stuff. You could play interact with other people, with real life people. I think that's basically like the future we're heading to. A place where people could go into and just forget and forget who they are. And the Oculus Quest is an amazing system. If they can improve on the screen quality, more power, fix the link cable to the computer. So
why? What was wrong?
No, there was nothing wrong with it. It's just certain games couldn't play on the Quest because it was high end.
Oh, like
even,
too powerful.
Yeah, like even Half-Life Alyx, we were able to play with the Quest with the link cable and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes it would kind of bog down a little bit. So if the system would be stronger, it can play those games easier and smoother. Things like that. I really can't wait for the Oculus Quest 2 to come out. And what was the price?
So price tag actually for the Oculus Quest was for the 256 gigabyte version was $400.
Okay.
And for
and
the
it was
model,
all built in for most of the games. You just bought the headset and you're good to go.
mm-hmm. And then 64 gigabyte model is $100 less.
Yeah.
So I mean, I guess you choose there. Do you want like 100 something, or actually almost 200 more gigabytes for just $100, or do you want 200 less for 300? But I mean, I think those are great prices still for the Quest. I don't think they're going too much or too little. So I mean,
if they can improve the quality of the screen and double like the power, because with video games
the onboard power I think is
like with computers and technology, like 2 years is a lot for you to have to be able to design something almost twice as powerful. Like you're seeing it with the GPUs we talked about before. So if the Quest 2 can be twice as powerful, better resolution on the screen, and maintain the same price point, I think they would just freaking kill. Oh, they did it with the Quest. It was so hard for you to find a Quest for a long time. So
they did. I mean, the Quest I think was great. I remember when we talked about how people were like playing VR like on the trains and stuff like that. It was pretty funny to see. But I mean, if they didn't fail with it the first time, all they can do is improve upon it. Hope they don't change too much, and I think they'll do great. Because even then, for it being a wireless headset, I think they did a good job on at least how everything ran and how it felt. It felt pretty well. So yeah, I'm pretty excited to see what Oculus Quest 2 has to offer.
yeah.
Jumping from, I guess, powerful machines that are mobile to Google's favorite type of machine.
This one is also a mobile machine, man. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but I think it's.
I cut out the powerful part. So for all the people that are in love with the Nintendo Switch, a guy came up with a emulator for it, and also he was coming out with a system to convert your Android phone into a Nintendo Switch device.
Yep.
If it's an Android, if it's a Google 5 phone or an iPhone 12 is the new one that's coming out, it's already more powerful than the Switch.
Why do you say that?
Because, dude, like the processing power that these phones are gonna have now and the capability.
Imagine if you
could even play Netflix on this device. You can't do it on the Switch. You can watch Hulu on this, and you can on the Switch.
You can't do it on the Switch.
You could even have a.
Have you seen the Asus phones? The gaming phones?
Yeah, they're nasty.
Dude, they're nasty. I mean,
but they don't have Mario. But they don't have Smash Brothers.
They don't have Pokemon.
They don't have Breath of the Wild.
What's pretty funny is
all
also
great games. I'm not taking that away from them. All great games. This console sucks. So.
What was I gonna say? It's funny how he got also like these Joy-Con looking controllers, so you can Bluetooth it to the device.
All awesome, love it. But dude, if I'm gonna make my own controllers, make the buttons a little bigger, dude.
You want bigger buttons? You want bigger controllers? I got you. What if I hit you with this?
Okay, finally, you know.
Bigger controllers, giant screen.
My other gripe is, why are the analog sticks offset like that?
Yeah, I don't. For a console with this design, I never liked the joysticks offset.
I don't understand because when they're on the when you click them together like in their pro version,
it's because you want to know why when you unhook them to play by like which each person with each controller, the analog stick has to be on the left for your movement. You're not gonna be moving with your D-pad.
No, but still, it's still awkward position.
No. I know, but either way, you have to have a way to move with the left stick. So if I unhook the right controller and I unhook the left, if they're not offset, we're gonna have a right stick and a left stick. You get what I'm saying? Look at the image. Put it down and now take it out and move it horizontally. You get what I'm saying?
Not really.
The stick is gonna become a right stick if it's
okay.
If it's,
I get what you're saying.
You get what I'm saying? Because the buttons are on top, and then
if you have the two sticks on the bottom, it would work on one, but on the other one it wouldn't work.
Yes, that is the only reason for that is because you can separate the controllers and use them as a regular controller. But other than that, I absolutely agree. I would definitely like parallel sticks, not offset ones.
My thing is when they're to get on the screen, I don't mind it as much. Mm-hmm. It's when I take it out, I love one, but completely hate the other one because the other one, the analog sticks are like right next to the buttons.
That's the one. Every time we would play Smash or anything, we'd give whoever we don't like that controller because the analog stick is right here in the middle. There's a big piece of the controller still out, and you still have.
So that's the one I'm handing to Savage Guacamole. Then what's his name? Savage
Guayaba
Savage or
Guayaba Salvaje.
That's the one I'm giving him. Here. Good luck with this one, buddy. Because the other one's fine, dude. Like I don't mind playing.
It has a good spacing.
And it's got good spacing, but when my kids hand me the other one, I'm like, dude, do you hate me that much? Because my hands are big, and then when I do that, I have arthritis the next day.
You're like but yeah. So the reason we even showed this picture of some.
So wait, go back to the other one.
What do you mean go back to the other one? Okay, we're going back to the Android.
So that's actually an Android phone.
Yeah, it's an Android
phone. That has
an
emulator to
Samsung
emulate
phone.
The Switch games. Okay.
Now the whole thing with this.
He said it. No backwards compatibility. Just a Switch. That's it. We're no Wii U.
I mean, you can get an emulator for this stuff. For that stuff.
You can get an emulator for anything.
Yeah, I remember playing like some Mario game on my phone or something like that.
Okay, so this other one is the answer Nintendo has for the 3080, right? Is that what's happening here?
Yeah, for the 3080.
They're like, dude, Xbox...
They just skipped the PS5 and the Xbox Series X.
The Xbox Series X is coming out heavy. They said we're stronger. The PlayStation 5's coming out, and that 380, guess what?
We got this.
The Nintendo Switch Pro.
It's coming for you. Of course, guys, don't take this as a real photo. This is not a real photo of the Pro. But there's been a lot of speculation saying that
I feel like we've been talking about it for like 3 years.
A Switch Pro for a long time.
We've been talking about the Switch Pro when the Switch released.
Yes. But because they needed it, that's why.
But like this one could have a friends list.
This one could have a party chat.
You put your mobile phones away, boys and girls.
Put away like your sheets of notes for the friend codes. This is the kind of part
I tell you we need to put on Instagram. And they can at me all they want. Change my mind.
Change it, dude. Next time we're doing it, we're gonna organize it great. We're gonna do actual change my mind. you're gonna make some notes. You're gonna read up on some stuff.
I'm
make
gonna
sure
read
you're
on
coming
my anime.
prepared.
I'm gonna be ready.
Read on my.
I don't need to read up on Nintendo. I experienced. I lived it.
You lived through all like
I
six
did.
generations.
I lived through
Yeah.
Nintendo. You know the NES,
beginning and the
the
fall.
Super
No, I'm kidding.
Nintendo, the SNES. Is that what
The
they call it?
SNES.
SNES.
No, SNES.
SNES. They
SNES.
spell it out.
Yeah, they spell it out.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, we got these are just rumors. We have no details, any concrete information. Everyone's saying
We
this
just
is
know
gonna.
it needs to happen. That's all we need.
It needs to happen, and not only does it need to happen, it needs to be better. Okay, that it has to be better than the prior model. That's all that's important.
The good news is that Nintendo had Mario 35 anniversary direct. They actually showed off that we are gonna get Nintendo Mario games.
Yeah.
One of them being Mario 64, Mario Sunshine,
Yo, I was waiting for those.
and Mario Galaxy.
All games I've never played before because they haven't come out.
But now
Right?
you can.
But now I can.
You have your Switch. Now you
Is
can
it gonna
download
be?
them.
Is it gonna look better?
Do you need them to look better?
No, I'm just saying. I mean, I like my
$60,
Mario.
you get 3 games. $20 a pop, baby.
Yes, yes. I
And
can't wait to
Nintendo
play that.
64 Mario looks exactly like Nintendo 64 did when I was 14 years old.
Wow, now I'm really excited. Thank you.
You could
for
even
telling me
stretch
that.
his nose still.
Thank you for telling me that. But going to a real
Yeah.
Mario.
Wait,
game.
wait, wait. They also announced a Mario Battle Royale. That one is fire.
Wait, actually, I did not read up on this one.
So you guys know
Why did you tell me about this?
It's because I thought you did your homework, dude.
I didn't. I
You
did my
know-
homework, but
you
the
know-
high school homework.
The college one, hopefully.
I'm old college.
Because if you're doing high school work still, trust me, your teachers are not gonna give you credit for it now.
My mind still in high school mode. But continue.
Okay, so you know you got Tetris Plus, right?
Tetris.
No,
Plus.
Tetris Plus is a game I played with my sister.
You mean Tetris 99?
Tetris 99? Sorry,
Yes.
Tetris Plus was an awesome
oh no,
game.
is this the same?
That was
crap?
that's your sister's favorite game, by the way. I mean, your
my mom's.
My
yes,
sister, your mom.
Wow, we're
So
crazy
so
today.
so Tetris 99 is a battle royale with Tetris. You break the lines and you attack the other players
Yeah.
until you win.
I played.
So there's a Mario 35. So it's 35 players at one time will play through a Super Mario level and have to defeat mushrooms and stuff. And the further they go, they start attacking other characters and more characters, and all the mayhem ensues until you have the ultimate one Mario player.
Wow. Okay, that is interesting. Actually, I mean, that's
It's only gonna be out for 3 months.
What?
Yeah, sorry, I had to do that to you guys.
What?
That's exactly what I said, dude.
Wait, are you free?
Look it up while we keep talking about stuff. But I could have sworn I read that it's gonna come out soon, and it's only gonna be out for like 3 months, and that's it.
Oh, what is?
Cuckoo with glasses. These glasses, I don't need them. They're only to prevent all the blue light that I have in this room between that monitor, this monitor, and all these things.
A new Mario Battle Royale. What the heck is
And
this?
it's by our boys D2D. I love these glasses. They completely block all the blue light. It keeps me looking nice. That way I can read the defenses and play some foosball with my friends. Focus, Daniel, son. Focus. Yeah, they're awesome. I love them. They come in 3 different colors. White, like a transparent white color, a brown fading one, and these black ones. They're dope, man. I like them. You should go get them. GameBros, capital G, capital B. Destined to Dominate. Get that. The powder and all the other stuff. They also have some eye
juices.
It's like a powder that you drink as well, but it helps with the eye.
Like film protective,
Yeah.
like film and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, coming out October 1st.
Mm-hmm.
You're only gonna be playing. You scared the crap out of me. Thank you, Bravo, for the resub. March 31st.
So okay. So I'm sorry, not 3 months.
Not 3 months.
But for 5.
But 5. But 5 or 6. Why not keep the game? I don't understand.
Yeah, why not add
It's
stuff
almost
to
like
it?
we talk about the Rainbow Six game modes where they're really like in-depth game modes that completely change the gameplay. They just keep them there for 2 weeks and then they go bye.
Yeah. They also announced.
They also announced this. This right here.
Right, the first time.
This one?
Yeah, yeah.
Did you not put like the full one?
No, because and then we freaking Mario and Wario attack us and kick us out of YouTube.
I mean, we have the. It's okay.
No,
We have the games out this week that are Nintendo Switch trailers as well. But I think Wario and Mario attack way harder.
Yes, they love this stuff. This is their price possessions. You can't mess with these.
Right here.
You can mess with the other Nintendo games, but Zelda, Link, Mario, and the King Kong, don't touch those, boy. They'll destroy your YouTube.
They'll be real mad.
Yeah.
Dude. Okay. So Mario Kart. This is called Mario Kart.
So we're joking around about the other stuff, but this to me, when I first saw this, I'm like, I gotta send this to Prodigy and my brother. This is pretty cool, especially.
So we're making a track in your house, right? Is this what you're saying?
We're making it here. We can make it anywhere. Basically, what you do is what comes in the box is the cart, the Mario Kart, and then that goes connected to your Switch, and you drive it around like you do a Mario Kart. That's the controllers for the actual remote control car, and the car has a little camera, and that actually sees two gates or several gates that you put around your house, and that's what creates the track. So it knows where those gates are, and then it'll control the track. And you could and it'll populate different weapons like the red turtle, blue turtle, the ink. And then when you get inked, your little cart stops. Mm-hmm. Or if you get hit by a turtle, it just peels out. It just stays there. So it is cool that they're bringing the Mario Kart virtual into the real world, and I thought it was cool. I thought it was a good idea. For someone that has young kids, I think that's an awesome toy. Like you said, imagine going to a place and just setting up tracks and having Riddle, Hitman, you, me, and all of us just racing around.
In my mind, like in this moment,
we can't have it in real life in like a real. We could if they really put their mind to it. But I guess
the Nintendo theme park. But in my mind, I thought of we meet up at a park. We get a bench, we set up our stations, and we're like, all right, this is going to be our track, and we put it around the sidewalks and stuff. But if in theory, right, the way we see it, the way we saw it, it looks awesome, it looks great, but I want to put it into practice,
Yeah, like the Nintendo VR looked amazing until we got it in the house, and it was made out of paper mache, and the game sucked. But like I have a lot of questions. Like, how do you set up the track? There's two gates. Is there preset tracks? And you're like, this is gonna be the track. Move everything out of the way.
That's the thing. So you actually make it how you want it. You set the gates and you drive your Mario Kart paving the road.
Okay, so
where you want it.
And then once that's set, like you start here, drive around, and you finish here.
Yeah.
And then it'll.
So the first gate would be like your start and end.
Okay.
Gate.
All right. Cool.
So that's how it's gonna be. I want to see when it's coming out.
Soon. I think it comes out in October. And they're $100.
Switch fans can pre-order. Ooh, $100.
That is not bad because if you buy a remote control car. Just a regular one, you're looking at $100.
Yeah, this comes with the camera, comes with the AR tech. October 16th.
Just around the corner, dude.
Just around the corner.
I'm getting a Luigi one.
This is what I wanted. What I want for Nintendo World in Universal. When we talked about rides that they could add, I want to have a Mario Kart where either you wear AR glasses or you have a screen where like the windshield is AR. And you get to hit the people in front of you and crap like that. That's
a good idea. Like I know there's cars that have the Navi on the windshield, so it's not like it's technology that they don't have. And we know Universal has Universal money, so they can make this happen and eventually pay itself off because everybody's gonna go to freaking.
Even if they don't have that, everyone's gonna go to Nintendo.
Yeah. So I think it would be cool to just drive around. And it's very easy, dude. If you get hit by like an oil slick, your car will just peel out. You get hit by a turtle, the engine stops.
That'd be crazy.
And then
like
just
you're on the track, and then the car actually just does it automatically for you. So cool.
My thing is like, how many people do you put to race, and how many laps would they do before?
And do you have to have multiple tracks, stuff like that, to have more people coming? Rotate.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
we've gone to places like GameSpot, and the lines take a while, and they let you drive around for a little bit, and no matter how much they let you drive, you always get off like, that's it. Damn, dude, I wanted to go some more.
It's because it's fun.
It's fun. It's fun stuff, dude.
No, yeah. So I mean, this game's cool. It's right around the corner.
My thing is like, who would have thought? And that's what I like. I like to see these. Like, I get so excited when they're like, oh, the Ubisoft Forward or the Nintendo Direct or the PlayStation this or Xbox Live. They don't call it Xbox Live. They call theirs Xbox.
ID at Xbox.
ID at Xbox. You know.
Or no, sorry. Inside at Xbox.
Inside of Xbox. I get excited because these are the kind of things I want to get surprised by.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, dude, I didn't think they would come up with something like that. It looks so different. That's cool. Instead of the same crap again. Yes, we know that this or that.
Yeah, the same Mario game. You be jumping, whatever, blah blah. Yeah, I agree. This is really cool.
And remember, Nintendo was originally a toy company, so this is right up their wheelhouse.
Yeah,
You know, Nintendo was a toy company, and Sony was a rice making company, rice cookers.
rice cookers. Imagine that. That's
Come
insane.
a long way.
You do come a long way. So that is about that's all the news for this week. So that's
Where is it?
And that's the way the news goes.
now we're gonna move on to what's out this week.
At least this week we actually have stuff coming out. It's been
Oh.
a while that we haven't had, games coming out. I at the same time, they're not like, for me, when I look at the list, they're not big heavy hitters,
No.
but still nonetheless they're actually games that did come out. Before we get into the games that come out, there's DLC for Outer Worlds. It's called
I don't know what it's called.
something.
It's in there.
Look it up, because I'm excited to play that DLC.
There was a lot of expansions coming out this week apparently.
Something.
No.
What's a Gorgon? Something Gorgon.
Peril on Gorgon.
Yeah, I knew it was something with.
Peril on Gorgon.
I knew it was something to do with.
You played Outer World? Like, did you beat it?
I played some of it, but it's just so many games and came out right after the other.
Oh, dude, yeah, that was
It's
a time
awesome
that was a lot.
game
That
though.
was a
It's
lot.
fun. It's a funny game. So first game that's coming out is Circuit, dude. What is?
Circuit Dude? Well, if you want to explain the game for you, it's a dude.
That is a circuit.
That's a circuit and works with electricity.
And
Boom.
completes other circuits.
Who would have thought?
So is this game out on Vita, on PSP? Is this one of the backwards compatible games?
Out on Switch.
Oh, makes sense.
Coming on the 7th. So coming out tomorrow. You guys can pick it up for how much do you think?
This has to be a $10 game.
$5.
Oh,
Because it was an Apple Arcade game before.
see. Remember, I told you it's gonna come a time where the Apple
Apple
Arcade
Arcade
games
games
are gonna have to start porting over because they're gonna.
And of course, you're going to port over to the all-powerful Switch. So just keep that in mind.
Yeah, I give it to them though, because the Switch has become the indie darling.
Oh, yeah. Just like how you had the Vita as your indie darling for a while.
And I think Sony and Xbox dropped the ball, because originally when I think of indie games, I think Xbox, like Super Meat Boy, Braid, all those games.
Braid's so good.
And then later on, I think Sony took the baton and was the indie
Was the
game
indie
machine.
league.
But now Nintendo's dropping all their chips.
No,
into-
Nikki, we haven't talked about Madden yet, but we're going to get to that right after this. But yeah, no, I definitely agree. I every time I see games like this, just like how you used to say, "Oh, I'm gonna play it on my Vita. I'll play it on my Switch if I wanted to."
Yeah, $5 is not bad. Like, most mobile games are like $1, $2.
Yeah.
I would love for this to be on the Vita, because at least I could get trophies for it.
Oh, so you
Nintendo
could- so you could
doesn't
get
have
them.
an equivalent, right? Because
Oh, no.
Xbox has
Achievements.
achievements and achievement points.
Nintendo doesn't have.
Wario coins or something.
Any Nintendo E coins or whatever you want to call it.
Yoshi's huevos. Yoshi, why you laugh?
Okay,
Yoshi
so
loves huevos.
I hope one thing that
He
now
always
you
puts them in his mouth and everything.
shut up. Now that we're gonna have this generation change,
Walks around with mouth full of huevos.
and he starts shooting out huevos. Yes, I want to see
I
some sort of
I didn't know if
reward.
you played the Yoshi huevos game. I mean Yoshi Nintendo.
Yoshi's
game.
Island, no.
Okay.
But I know about Yoshi eating huevos. So
Flip this, by the way.
So what was I gonna say, bro?
I want.
Generation
I
Jump.
always thought
I
that
want-
we would have something like that.
I want what, eating huevos?
No, dude, what's wrong with you? Why do you keep?
Because you keep interrupting me. What do you mean have something like that? What are you gonna tell me?
When PlayStation announced, because the achievements came out first, and then PlayStation announced the trophy system, I thought for every 10 platinums you'll get a T-shirt.
Thank you.
Or for
That's what I was gonna tell you.
For every,
I want rewards for my
like
crap.
$5 off. Or because,
I don't
dude,
know. I
the
think,
amount of money you spend on a game to get achievements, trophies, whatever,
and then
X,
time
Y,
that
Z,
you spend
dude,
trying to
and the
platinum that
time,
game.
like, dude, I've probably bought 1,000 games. Can you kick me back a $5 T-shirt for PlayStation or something, or a $5 gift card or something, anything?
Dude, yes. I mean, there has to
Is
be an
that what you were gonna
incentive.
say?
Yes.
See, and you jumped out with just eat huevos.
I want. I correct me if I'm wrong. I
Does
think
Steam have something like that?
I think no. I don't know. I think Xbox gives you points to like your app for your avatar to do stuff for your avatar.
Yeah, they do.
If I'm not mistaken. Even if Sony would do that, that would be kind of nice. You know, if Sony, were to do something at the very least, they can do that. That would be pretty cool. Or
even
PlayStation
if
Home, bring back PlayStation Home.
Even if it's nothing like a T-shirt or something, give me even $5 off in the PlayStation Network. It's $5 off for me. It costs them nothing really, because in a game that you download, dude, it's a freaking game on a server somewhere, and people are pinging the information. So they can say whatever they want, but in all reality, that costs them nothing, and they would make a good gesture to their fans.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree. I mean, there's certain, you got trophy hunters out there, including you being one of them. To always,
I'm gonna get 13 trophies, and I'm gonna get 13 platinum trophies in 5 hours. We'll talk about it later.
What? Yeah, we do need to talk about that later. Yeah, one of them better include me, because I know one of them does. But moving on to the next game of this week, we got Avicii Invector Encore Edition coming on the 8th.
I thought those were
September.
Roman numerals.
No, this is the artist Avicii.
Never heard of him.
When you hear his music,
Does he sing WAP?
No, he does not. When you know some of his music, you've heard it before.
Okay.
But whatever, this game is like a little rhythm-based game where you rotate on a certain shape, so you don't hit these objects.
Basically?
So it's like a mix of amplitude, whatever, other kind of beat rhythm games where you move around. This is a mobile game. I played this on my phone like 2 months ago.
Hell no! And they're bringing it to what? To
The Switch.
Okay.
How much do you think it costs?
If it's a X mobile game, it needs to be $5 or less.
$5 or less. Well, I'll tell you, if it's $5 or less, it is $8.
Am I getting like an extension?
Oh no, sorry, crap, $20.
$20. Holy crap!
Wait, but this
dude.
is Encore Edition, which I think.
What, he's got like 5 extra songs?
I think it has all the songs on it. The thing is that mobile didn't have. You had to pay or get it through the currency. You have to unlock the songs. So if you want to play all the songs, Google, they're for $20, bro.
Damn, one of those songs better be WAP. With the music
you
video.
love that stupid song.
Included with the music video.
In the background while you're flying around your stupid ship. Okay, so moving on to the third game of this week. We got Kingdom Malu. Oh, wow.
Amalur.
Amalur. Re-Reckoning, which is remaster. Wrecker in my notes, giving me some pointers and, like the political people always like have the reading things where people
Yeah.
try to put stuff in there. He said a worst remaster of 2020. This is the killer review. This is gonna be coming out on everything but the Switch on the 8th. For
That you know the Switch is bad when a game that came out 6 years ago can't run on it. The other thing is that they had to remaster this because the pitcher that used to pitch for the Red Sox that made the game with all the all-star
he made
cast,
this game.
Well, okay, so I forgot. Kirk Schilling, the ex-pitcher for the Red Sox, made a company to make video games and actually went to Rhode Island and asked the state of Rhode Island to give him money to make this game and actually got supposedly they were gonna get houses.
Wait, this is the wrong game. Did you mix two? There we go.
Okay.
This is the game.
Okay. This is Kingdom of Amalur.
Yeah.
So he went to Rhode Island and made them donate give them a bunch of money, like millions and millions of dollars, and they went bankrupt, and the game sold terribly. So they have to remaster.
Yeah, because
so
I've
they can
never
pay 'em
heard.
back.
I've never in my
It's made
my
by
lifetime.
He made it.
ever
It was.
heard of
It
this
came
game.
out. EA published it.
Really?
He even got a McFarlane to design the characters. Like he tried to make this all-star team, and there's
to
got to
make
be some
something.
story in the back of what happened because the way they explained it, you're like, dude, this game's gonna be amazing. They got all these all-stars making. They got like the best drawers. They got Tom Clancy. They got McFarlane, which did Spawn, which I bought this for my brother.
Oh,
Speaking
wait,
of
let me-
Spawn.
He.
Look at that. That thing looks amazing. Too bad the light's shining on it. But yeah, and the game just completely tanked. Just freaking tanked.
Yeah, because I've never heard of this game.
And then you were really young when it came out.
Yeah.
So I'm like, when I saw the remastering, I'm like, yep, they still owe Rhode Island a bunch of money, so they gotta collect.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's funny. So yeah, how much do you think it's costing as a re-reckoning? Remaster.
It's gonna be $40 because
Yeah, there you go.
that's the price.
yeah.
I think that's like the marquee price for old $60 games that they remake. They're like,
remake.
it's gonna be $40.
Yeah.
They gotta sell a lot of copies. They want to pay Rhode Island back for all the stuff they owe 'em. So Steve has a realistic Spawn statue. I would love to see that. Maybe he'll sell it to me. Spawn's
So-
a cool character. He's kind of freaking broken though.
Like OP broken?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he is. Yeah, he is indeed. I remember Death Battle.
Yeah.
Who won again? Was it Kratos?
Well, he fought Kratos.
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude, I'm looking that up afterwards.
We're gonna watch this after.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought you
On
remember.
my Sony
That was
screen.
such a. I forgot who won. We'll see. Whatever. So next game coming out this week, we got Necromundo, which was the game I was showing by accident, which I think has. I'm trying to wrap my head around the gameplay of this game.
Third-person
The-
action game.
Yes, but there's tactics involved or something, and I think you switch characters and there's vertical, or you gotta go up.
Do you
a-
know
a
that
thing.
Battlefield was a tactics game like that too? Like in middle of a war, you used to change between, I'm gonna change into the tank and start using the tank for a little while. Oh, I'm gonna change to the sniper and start sniping.
I didn't know that. That was what 1942, like the original.
No, that was like the Battlefield right before Bad Company.
Really?
Yeah, like the original Battlefield. It was just called Battlefield.
I did not know that.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
That's what I'm here for, broski.
So Necromunda Underhive Wars coming out on everything but the Switch on September 8th for $40 as well. Moving we got Hot Shot Racing
This one could be on the Switch for sure.
coming out on everything.
I told you.
Coming out September
Especially
10th.
this game looks like the game that I used to play when I was 10 years old in the arcade VR racing, virtual racing.
Ooh. Nostalgia, bro. This is what you wanted,
It costs
right?
$2 to play it.
Oh, so how much do you think it costs now?
That game, $10.
Halfway there. Pre-purchase $16. Launch purchase $20.
Okay.
So $20 for some Hot
You
Shot
see how the
Racing.
beginning it starts with them looking
Arcade.
into an arcade? Yeah. You guys stole it from there. It's fine. They
And
added drifting and boost, so the other game didn't
the other one
have
didn't
it.
have that.
And the other one only had one. It was just like a Formula One card.
That's it. That was the only card.
Yeah.
Moving on to the next game, we got Inertial Drift coming out on
Yeah,
everything.
they got all these racing games coming out this week.
They advertised the dual stick drifting,
Ooh.
so you could turn your right stick to the left and your left stick to the right.
So you're controlling the wheels. I know
Controlling-
Leo likes
controlling the
would like
wheels.
that.
I
If you were able to
was
get
this, is this like a game that's come out before or something like that?
no, it's because there's Initial D, and they made a game
Okay.
that kind of looks like that.
That's what I was thinking about in my
Yeah.
mind. But what
That's
were
why
you
when
saying?
I saw him, like, is this Initial D game? But no. What I was gonna ask is, so this game's what, like $20 too?
Yeah, it is $20.
So for $20, would you buy this game or the other game?
This game. Because I like drifting in my racing games.
But you could drift in the other one.
No, but I like the way this one is. And
Yeah.
I like the way this looks.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you. The other one looks like.
Look at that twin stick drift controls. Look. Oh my!
Ooh,
Look at
they even
that.
put it on the screen so you know, like, look at our combos,
Look
dude.
at
he's
that's it.
performing.
Take those guys. Write them down. You're gonna need them. So yeah, those are the games that are gonna be coming out this week, and you can spend your hard-earned cash on. And also I forgot, I missed the launch date for this game, which I think was a terrible idea. 9/11. I think it's a terrible idea for a launch date. I know it's a Friday, but there was no need.
Yeah, come out a day earlier,
Coming
dude.
out, I would have come out on Thursday. Not
or say, hey,
Hot
guys,
Shot Racing had the right idea. They came out on Thursday, 9/10. So they didn't.
My
land
thing
on-
is, okay, so you can't come out on 10, you can't come out this week. It's either Friday. I'm like, dude, let's just wait 3 more days and come out on Tuesday.
Yeah, exactly. So I just thought that was kind of funny and weird to come out.
That's what I want to do on 9/11. Drift some cars
Drift
down
some
the
cars.
mountain.
Well, moving on to the reviews of the week.
So this week we actually are going to review 2 games. A couple of weeks ago we haven't been able to review any. So one's a good one and one is not so good.
Oh no, I don't know which one you're talking about now.
But we're going to start off with Spellbreak first. Not able to play this game.
So Kuko, you're questioning. I am answer.
Okay.
This is Q&A time.
So we know it's a battle royale.
Yes.
It is for all the consoles except the marvelous work and wonder.
Stadia,
right?
right?
Yeah. Well,
Wait.
does it work for Stadia?
Oh, I don't know actually. It's not on the Stadia, but it's on
Okay.
everything else.
Okay. And it's free to play.
Mm-hmm. Crossplay already.
Crossplay? Oh, wow. So what is it about?
So what is it about? This game is there's no weapons, like when it comes to guns in the sense of weapons. There's no guns in this game. So it is a wizard-based, magic-based battle royale game.
Oh, wow. I take that back. So PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, and Microsoft Windows.
Yeah. That's why I said everything other than, I think, Stadia.
Okay.
Yeah. So Spellbreak has been a game that...
So it's a battle royale. So how do you drop? Because in other games, you drop out of a...
So you're in your, like, they have a little waiting lobby for like 10 seconds.
Mhm.
Like they don't like to waste time there. So a nice 10-second waiting lobby, because after those 10 seconds are up, they open up the entire map for you, and there's going to be little circles that you get to pick with you and your squad mates that you could drop over, and you teleport your squad up into the air, and you land over whatever circle. Not land over, but you get to fly over the circle that you just stopped at. Of course, you can move forward or backward or wherever, but
So
that
you play
general
like a
area,
general area then.
that general
Okay.
area is where you're gonna spawn in. They don't show the circle beforehand as well.
Before we continue, so how are the spawn drops then? Because
Some
if-
people like hot drop.
yeah, like do all of you guys drop it? Like,
Um,
have you ever dropped somewhere and you're like, holy crap,
There's
like
hella
10
people here.
Yeah. Okay, so before we continue, I got a bunch of questions. So
It's okay.
it's how many players per round or per? Is it 100?
I think it's 50,
Okay.
if I'm not mistaken. I wish
Alright.
Wrecker was in the chat. 50
Alright,
or
good-
60,
good,
I believe.
Good number.
Yeah, 50 or 60. The squads are trios.
Okay. No solos, no duels.
Yes, but they're locked as of right now.
Okay. So in future coming.
Mm-hmm. Going back to hot dropping, with a lot of people, it is kind of dispersed. It's not too bad. The thing is that before you spawn on the map, they show something called Mana Vault, and a Mana Vault is basically like this special thing where you can open like a chest that would have a confirmed legendary and like epic item come out of it. So think of it as like a care package, I guess, if you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing is that they're shown on the map while you're choosing where to land. Most likely, you're gonna have 2 or 3 squads if you go near somewhere with a Mana Vault, because people want the loot in the beginning to have the good stuff. So I mean, in that general
42
area,
players.
it's 42. Damn, even less I thought. I mean, makes sense. The map isn't ginormous. It's a good size.
Okay, continue. I'll ask a question.
42 players. You got trios.
So
That's the basis of what's different here in the sense of dropping, spawning, squads and stuff like that.
Okay, other battle royale normal stuff. Armor, yes, no.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Armor works with, they call it belts, armor belts, and it works on. So the way the items work on this game, it works on rarities as well. They have common, uncommon, rare, epic, and then legendary.
Okay.
They're all based off of colors as well. Color based, where
Same
common is
colors everybody
white,
uses?
green is uncommon, rare is blue, epic is purple, and legendary is like yellow, orange. But yeah, it works the same way. You have a belt, that's your armor. The armor, depending on the rarity, consists of how much you have. You have a base health, which is always 100 hit points, and then you have amulet, a mana amulet, which that's your third item that you would want to pick up, like for gear, if you were to call it. And the amulet allows like a higher use. Let's say you have a gauge of how much mana you could use,
Yeah.
because that'll be your ammo, I guess.
Yeah.
That's your ammo count. And then depending on how high the rarity of the amulet is how big the gauge you can use at a time before you have to recharge it.
Smaller clip, basically.
Yeah, and then you have boots. Now the reason there's boots is because you can't run in this game. So the
No
boots
running at all?
increase your movement speed. No, there's no running.
Oh.
There's combinations that you could do. I use ice, because ice is, whenever there's ice in the game,
That's
I
the
choose
other
ice.
question is it's elemental based, right?
The weapons are elemental based. So then your
Are
last.
they scattered? Like, there's ice over here. I'm gonna pick that up. Fire.
So it's pretty interesting how they went about this. So the last thing I was gonna mention is that there's there's an ability that I guess you can say is your ultimate ability that you pick up, and that one is like it's called a rune. So let's say it's a spell, and you, depending on the rarity, it's the less of a cooldown. But there's a rune for going invisible. There's a rune for flying. Like a big fly like boost. There's a rune for dashing. There's a rune for teleportation. Stuff like that.
And you find these.
And those you find around the map. Those you pick up. Depending how rare they are, the less, I could fly. Let's say after you fly, and then after 5 seconds I can fly again. But if I have another one, it'll be faster. Whatever. Mm-hmm. They have a numerous amounts of those different runes, different types, and then the way your weapon works, right? Your main ability to kill people is before we start the match, before we start looking for a game, you pick one gauntlet, which would be your right hand gauntlet, and that one would be whatever element
All
of
the
your choice.
left-handed people are pissed.
Because you could swap it, actually. That's the funny part. You can
Okay.
actually swap the hands that you can start with. But so the let's say I want to start with ice because that's my favorite one, and I know that's the one I'm best with. I start with ice, and from there, that's what I land with. I land with an ice gauntlet, but a common one.
Okay, so there is no legends. Everybody's the same. You just pick the look of it, but what changes is the gauntlet.
The elements, and the ultimate ability, the rune that you pick up. That's how it changes.
It doesn't, like, you don't start off like Gibraltar.
Okay. No, yeah, you're right. You
Okay.
only spawn with whatever element. That's the difference
Your
when it comes
gauntlet
to dropping.
and your character just looks however you design them to look.
That, and then actually you can upgrade that class. So there's actually like a skill tree system thing for the element that you pick. not super ginormous improvements for like stats. Let's say if I fight a level 500 like ice user compared to a level 10 ice user, it's not gonna be super ginormous improvements, but there's worthwhile upgrading that one element to its max, and then you also get customizables.
I think that's
going
awesome
around the element.
if you have a good matchmaking system, because it's cool that I play a lot.
Oh,
I
like
improve
skill-based
a lot,
matchmaking.
and then but if I'm not matching this 500 guy with the level. But if you have like 500 fire with a 500 thing, that's good because you guys worked your way up there.
Yeah, I agree. So far I'm low levels. I haven't really experienced the people that have like super overpowered things yet. But a lot of the actual skill tree as well, it's not really a skill tree, it's more of a level up bar thing, is cosmetics based around your element. So if I'm ice, I have like an ice pet, like an ice shard that follows me around or whatever. So I mean, there's worthwhile things for you to master one element, in their class. And then each class sort of has their own fighting style. The ice class is more of a sniper. I have a long bow that can zoom in and shoot long range and do high damage. And then I could do an ability where it causes an ice storm. Now, the cool thing with these elements, there's 6 elements. There's ice, fire, rock, air, lightning, and toxicology, which is like caustic. Think of like toxicity.
Oh, okay.
And the cool thing is that all these can be combined in different ways. If I have, let's say I'm a wind user, Alex or Riker can be a fire user. I'll throw a tornado, and he will throw his fire into it, and it will make a fire tornado. So everyone will be sucked in and be caught on fire. I can throw toxicity into a tornado, it'll be a toxic tornado, an ice tornado, a lightning tornado. When you shoot the ice bow, it creates an ice path, which you can slide on it like Iceman to run faster. So that's why I also like ice.
Now, question: quicker. Is there counters?
Yes.
Like if I encounter, I'm
fire user, they put up a firewall, and I can shoot my ice, and it'll disperse the piece of the firewall I hit and put it out.
But can I kill? Like if I'm your ice, you love ice, and I come as a fire guy, can I kill you faster and you
quicker? No.
It only that works with the
counters
magic.
Abilities. Yeah, when it comes to the ability side of things, there's friendly fire in this game as well.
Oh,
so you gotta be careful if you're casting spells. If you your friend casts a tornado right next to you, you're gonna get sucked in and get hit by his own, get damaged by his tornado.
Which makes sense because that would happen.
Some cool things that are pretty interesting, like I throw ice on the ice path. Someone shoots it with electricity. It doesn't get electrocuted. The ice path melts and actually leaves a water path for like 3 seconds, and then you can electrocute the water and make like an electric water barrier thing.
A trap.
You could freeze the toxic clouds that you put up, or there's a lot of different interactions, which is really cool because it changes up the way you play. It's also important. Okay.
There's a lot of meta there.
The other thing is that your left gauntlet is one you pick up in game, and you can interchange that with whatever.
So I can have fire and ice?
Yes. I can have ice, wind, or stuff like that. But, in the end, the one that's going to be leveled up and stuff like that is the one is your dominant one, the one that you land with and stuff like that. But that's the basis of it. I mean, everything else, they have a circle that closes in. They have last squad standing wins, But overall, I think it's a pretty great execution. I think so far there is a little bit of optimization. They just came out of early access, but at the same time, I remember applying for the closed beta like 2 years ago.
I imagine that must be super hard to do because you have to optimize for PlayStation, Xbox, PC, Nintendo. It makes it because
not
they
just
all
that,
have
but
to interact with each other.
Near the end of the games, when the circle's tight, it's chaos. Like you just see fire, lightning strikes, and freaking ice, and you're
you gotta make tornadoes, and
you're flying around and crap.
Fire and all that.
Oh, dude, all
that information needs to get computed.
Yeah, it's just chaos.
Now you said there's cross play, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is it cross? Like if I'm a PlayStation and I log on and all of us are PlayStation, we play with PlayStation.
It's because it's the same way everyone's been doing it, where you could switch it off or on.
Okay.
So if you have it off, like if one person has it off, then the whole squad gets turned off. So it's only.
Yeah, I was just wondering because, am I gonna get on and play against a bunch of Nintendo Switch people?
Yeah.
Because it's not fair.
Here's one funny thing: the first game Alex and I got on, we won. Do you have an idea of why? The first match we ever played in the game, we won.
Why somebody in your squad had a Nintendo?
No. It's because in the beginning, at the first matches that you play against bots.
Oh no!
Some bots. Yeah, the first match is confirmed. There's 100% bots except for you and your other mate or your
squad.
teammates. But after that, as you slowly start leveling up and getting used to the game, they start taking out the bots. And then once you hit like level 3, there's no bots like in the game.
Okay, see that's training wheels. I don't mind that.
Yeah.
I don't want.
I just thought it was funny, but it's funny the way the bots are. They just come up to you and they just stand there and like. And then we're like, yo, why is this guy just stand? We were so confused because we didn't know those bots. After that match, we're like, let's look this up. And but it was just funny. I mean, I don't mind that. I mean, you know,
training wheels are fine.
Training wheels is fine. If it was forever, then yeah, that's garbage. I would definitely not like that. Yeah. But yeah, overall, I think great microtransactions only for cosmetics. It's like you buy currency to buy skins and emotes in the shop and stuff like that. Yeah. So pure cosmetics.
Just one currency because Apex has 3 of them, and
it's only one. I don't know what they call it, but spellbreak coins, whatever. Purely cosmetic. If you want to level up and get powerful stuff, you gotta level up your class, play that same element. It seems like they might add a battle pass. They have something called chapters, but it's locked. So they most likely might have a battle pass for it later on. They will.
Everybody has a battle pass.
Yeah, definitely. So I mean, overall, I think it's a great coming out of early access. Mm-hmm. People are definitely, now that's open to everybody, people are definitely gonna give their stuff on it. But I think it's a great start. To me, the reason I like it a lot is just because it's a huge change of gameplay and pace in a battle royale game. I'm so used to, Apex, guns, COD, guns, everything's kind of the same. I know Apex has their abilities, or COD is more ground based and stuff like that. But
boots on the ground.
But going from guns to magic is a completely different realm, and there's a lot of different.
And this one's more graphically, it's not more realistic. It's more towards like the shaded style, right?
It's more like, I'll say Fortnite.
Okay.
When you think of Fortnite art style, you think of cartoonish in a sense, but it has the lighting's like there's some detail and stuff in there. So that's how this one is. Like.
Okay, cool.
It's definitely not going for a realistic like magic or human feel. There's definitely more of a cartoon vibe going on with it.
Awesome.
But I mean, yeah, if you guys want to try something different, a different battle royale, it's free. There's no reason why you shouldn't. So definitely, I definitely recommend it.
Awesome. The other game we're gonna talk about is a game called Madden 21. It is a game that comes out every year. And a lot of the times people make fun of it because it's just a roster update.
And was this one just a roster update?
Dude, some of the stuff was copy and paste.
Oh, really?
To the point where they have the training mode. And in the training mode, they ask you to do like a hurdle last year to teach you how to do like this hurdle move.
The moves? Okay.
And this year they took off the hurdle in the regular game. But in the training mode, they ask you to do the hurdle again. So that's how people are like, okay, I guess they just copied and pasted the training mode because it has stuff from last year that are not even in the game this year.
Oh, my God.
And that's basically what Madden 21 is. Oh, so they added something called the Yard, which is lots of fun. It's like basically like a backyard style. Back in the day, they used to have NFL Street, which was made by EA. Mm-hmm. Back even older than that, they had a game called NFL Blitz that was more like an arcade style football game with over the top tackling and catching, and it was more fun. A lot of people used to like to play it because it was not so simulated. So eventually EA made NFL Street, which was still that same arcadey style. So NFL Street doesn't exist, so they kind of added the Yard to this one with that whole thing in mind. I'll talk about the Yard later.
Okay.
But the biggest problem Madden has, I feel, that they copied and pasted the game over, just did a roster update, because they were so focused on making the Series X and the PlayStation 5 versions of this game. And making like the thing look better. So they
here we see a lack of current gen support.
I think so.
Okay.
Because the game is identical, basically. Like, I remember when E3 came out, they're like, hey, check out Madden. I'm like, isn't this the same crap as last year? Like, I didn't see a difference. Usually you see a little small bump in the tech and you're like, okay, it does look nicer. The helmets look shiny or whatever. This time it was like exactly identical. And the problem is that there's a lot of glitches. A lot of glitches in the game. Clipping players in between each other. Players are not really smart. And my thing is that like people have posted videos and clips of glitches and Madden moments. You know it's bad when they create like a whole thing around Madden moment. I had a Madden moment. My son comes downstairs and I go, what happened? I threw a pass and the guy got tackled and a guy from out of bounds came and caught the pass and then he fumbled it and they kicked it around and eventually went out of bounds. I'm like, dude, and he clipped it and I saw it and it's like,
dude, what?
And they just started calling them Madden moments when all this craziness starts happening. They even started 2 hashtags: NFL Drop EA and Madden Monopoly. So a couple of months ago, we spoke about NFL thinking about what they're gonna do with the Madden license.
Yeah.
And they actually, not Madden license, but the NFL license, and they actually gave it to Madden till 2026.
That's it, yeah.
So, they're juggling the ball in their head, bro.
Dude, it's pretty bad.
And the thing is, the game is, every year I'm hoping that they learn from last year. One time, a couple of years ago, I wrote EA a huge letter. I'm like, dude, I used to play football. I'm a big football fan. I love football. I'm a big gamer. I play video games. Tiburon is in Orlando, like 4 hours away. I'm like, dude, if you want, I'll come up and I'll tell you different things that you guys could add to Madden to make the game amazing. As far as making it more like a football simulating game. So like I used to play running back and strong safety. So I played offense and defense. So when I played running back, I would read my guards and when they would pull, I would follow them, things like that. Sometimes the guards pull and they're looking for somebody to block and they would look for somebody to block and look for somebody to block and look for somebody.
Just stay there looking.
Dude, there's like 3 guys in front of you. Just blocked one of them. So one time I was running the ball and like the lineman was going to block a guy. And he's like, no, I'm not going to block him. I'm just going to pull to the side and block nobody. And then I just get wrecked. My thing is like, dude, come on. We have to fix this. Like this can't be, this doesn't happen in real life. Mm-hmm. Even if the guy sucks as a football player, he knows there's a guy in front of me. I got to run into him. Just get in his way. You know, it doesn't take, a freaking Hall of Famer to know those things. And catching too, sometimes I throw a pass, the guy hits him in the breadbasket and a normal tackle and the guy drops the ball. I'm like, dude, like, come on, dude, you're not a high school player. Like, those are normal. I understand, like, the one-handed catches, you get hit and you fall. Coming across the middle, you get wrecked. Drop those, but just a normal bread catch, and you get a normal tackle, not like getting popped or not, just a normal tackle, and he just drops the ball. Those things are like, and that's besides all the clipping stuff. For people that don't know what clipping means, like, there's a pass to receiver, and the freaking cornerback runs to the receiver and runs through him. That's what clipping means. And he catches the ball, intercepts it, and returns it. That shouldn't happen. There was one I saw that the guy throws a pass. The guy goes up one hand, gets hit. He drops the ball. The 2 guys fall. The tight end goes out of bounds to get out of the way of the impact, but then hurdles them, catches the ball, and then gets tackled.
What?
Oh no, he tries to get tackled by somebody. That guy falls down, and another guy falls. And what happens is that it's a penalty because the guy was out of bounds and came back and caught the ball. The thing is, like, if the guy knew he was out of bounds and come back in, why didn't he just stay out of bounds? And like, there's so much things that happen that you're like, dude, what's up with this game? And my thing is that Madden addressed it and they're like, okay, we're gonna do a fix. We're gonna fix this in November.
November. That's the launch of the next consoles. What are they talking about?
That's what made me believe, like, they just,
that's what they care about right now.
Get as much money as we can, and when the new consoles come out, we'll drop the PlayStation 5 and Series X one, and then that's when we'll get our fans back again. Like, this is the legitimate version that we made. and that sucks for the people like my son. For the first time, like, dude, I can't wait to get Madden. I'm like, okay, I'll get this game for us, Madden. And then we started playing the yard. Lots of fun. I got something in my eye for the longest time. The yard is super fun, but also same thing. Still glitchy. Still has problems. Are you gonna talk, Kito?
Can I talk to you?
Yeah, but you have to raise the mic. It's the one that has P on it.
And watch how you're talking as well, please.
So the yard is super fun and everything, but the problem is, talk to CC.
Y'all can hear me?
Yeah. Okay. So the yard is super fun, but there's a lot of stuff in the game that the yard that I dislike. For one, there's only like maybe 18 plays maybe. Offensively, defensively, there's probably like the same, like 15 defensive plays. On mobile, you can run the ball, like do running plays, but on console you can't. That makes no sense whatsoever. You have an offensive lineman and you have a running back, but you can't do running plays. Like you could like hike and pitch it back real quick, but there's not like I'm gonna run to the right and hand the ball off and everybody blocks so you can
go.
Yeah, basically you're pitching the ball back, but everybody's running for a pass. Other thing I don't like is that sometimes they do all these crazy passes as a quarterback. So he'll throw behind the back, he'll throw no look pass. There's one where he punches the ball and the ball just spirals out. The thing is, you never know when they're gonna do this crap. So sometimes you're scrambling and you're like, okay, I'm gonna throw it to this receiver that's in front of me, but he decides to throw behind the back and it hits like a running back behind you. Or hits a lineman.
So there's no control over that.
Yeah, like I would like to be able to press like L1 to make like a flare pass that he's not gonna look or behind the back. But if I don't press L1, just throw a normal pass, dude. Like sometimes my son's wide open, I'm like, got him, and I press the button and he decides to throw it behind his back. I'm like, why? And then it gets blocked by a lineman. Something happens.
Yeah.
The worst one is when he goes to throw and he punches the ball. Every time he does that, it's an interception.
And then he punches the ball, and the ball flies like 50 yards of perfect spiral. I get it. It's a video game, but, dude, come on. So, basically, what they made was a game that was super microtransaction heavy, too. Like, they'll sell, like, a uniform with helmets, cleats, and everything for, like, $20. There's nothing that will help you.
It's just for
It's
looks?
all cosmetics, but, dude, like, come on.
Is there any upgrading, like, stuff
You
for
can
your
upgrade
players or
the
anything
yard.
like that?
In the yard, you can upgrade your player by playing more games and getting points and all that stuff.
But nothing with, like, buying stuff to upgrade your character?
No, which is a good thing.
Okay, that's good.
But at the same time, the upgrading of the players is very stupid.
I like it, actually. I like it. Because if they were doing overall,
Okay, tell me why.
because your guy is built for certain things. If you would have those guys that are, if it was an overall like 2K, there would be like broken defense and offensive players. And they would be
Okay.
broken.
I
If you
understand
do
that part.
by making it
But okay. So your player on the yard can play either offense. He has to play offense and defense. But you
okay.
could only upgrade one. They have, I think it's 10 different prototypes. 5 offensive prototypes and 5 defensive prototypes. From quarterbacks to running backs, receivers, linebackers, safeties, and cornerbacks. So you pick a prototype. Let's say Lamar Jackson, which is the cover athlete this year. It lets you upgrade his speed, his abilities, and stuff that are associated with him. Okay, that's great for offense, but on defense, it doesn't help you. I understand where my son's coming from, where Quito's coming from, that if you upgrade, an offensive player and a defensive player, you'll have like a superstar. But don't let me max him out then. Just let me create a guy that's really good on offense and okay on defense. Or let me create an okay guy on offense and a nasty guy on defense. But don't make me waste my time to create a quarterback, and then when he has to play defense, he sucks. Lamar Jackson is good because he's fast, and then all the other stuff you can tackle. But like one of them is Aaron Rodgers. Okay, I level up Aaron Rodgers completely, but he can't tackle, he can't do nothing, he can't catch. What's the point? The other thing I dislike is that the positions are set. So if my son picks that he wants to be a quarterback, on defense he's going to be the free safety. If you're a running back, you're going to be a linebacker. If you're so in wide receiver and cornerbacks, okay, they're pretty much the same, but a quarterback is not a free safety.
Yeah.
So if I have Aaron Rodgers playing quarterback, he's gonna be my free safety now.
Yeah, that's kind of stupid.
That's why my son plays quarterback, so and then he can play free safety. But at the same time, he completely leveled up Lamar Jackson, but defensively, you know, sometimes he doesn't intercept the ball or doesn't hit hard, stuff like that. So it lets you upgrade the defensive prototypes, but before you play, you either pick, do you want the defensive prototype or the offensive prototype? I've been able to choose both.
Yeah.
Well, you could also
Talk to the mic.
You could also use the X mode where it lets you make
An attribute of theirs.
Yeah, you can get it like to be like you can get Jamal Adams and put it for Lamar Jackson, which is what I do, where it lets me hit harder. And then you could put another one where Lamar Jackson's what I kept on him, where it lets me scramble a little bit more on the outside.
But you have to completely level up Lamar.
You gotta get to level 12.
You have to, okay, so you have to. So the
You
max
have to
is level
reach
20.
a certain level to unlock that skill to use it.
The
on
ability
other
to
people.
use on another person.
Okay.
So you're wasting all this time leveling up a character to be then, you know, there's a lot of stuff that needs to get fixed as far as the glitching and the broken stuff. The yard is fun and everything,
Mhm.
but at the same time, like, it felt like let's just slap this on there. Okay, that's it. You know,
Yeah.
it didn't look
They
like
didn't. They didn't have
focus.
the long shot.
They do have a career mode where you could create your player, but it doesn't have that whole. Now you could be a quarter. Before it was just a quarterback. This time you could be a quarterback, running back, or receiver, and it has a little story to it, but it's not.
It wasn't like the long
like
shot.
the long shot.
Okay.
What were you gonna say, Quito?
Oh, that they need to fix the bouncing on the head and that you can't like juke behind the line of scrimmage.
I don't understand that. So the other thing is a juking thing. Sometimes you just want to juke, but every time he jukes, he wants to put the ball behind his back
or between his legs.
and stuff like that. My thing is okay. I get it's a video game and everything, but dude, sometimes if you get caught mid transition behind you should fumble the ball. Just like sometimes they throw a little screen to the receiver, and right when he catches it, he gets laid out, and he catches it. But sometimes you throw the ball down the field in his breadbasket, and he barely gets tackled, and he drops the ball. You're like, so how come when I knocked his head off, he didn't drop it or fumble? But this normal tackle, he just like, I got butterfingers.
No, sometimes you like lay him out, and you see the ball come loose, and it's not a fumble.
The other thing is, okay, you could scramble as a quarterback, but you can't juke in the backfield.
And like, so you have to run straight, like back behind you, like go back.
It doesn't allow you to?
No, it doesn't allow you to. And then with the attribute that Lamar Jackson has, it like lets you like move a little bit more freely, like. And then have you ever been behind the line of scrimmage and move the right analog stick? It like fakes a throw, and you get like hit, and like sometimes the ball would just like come loose and nothing happens.
Yeah. There's certain things in the game that leaves you like wondering like, what the hell happened here?
Yeah.
And the thing is, I was excited because I'm like, okay, so this is the year that we might see a bump in graphics, a bump in gameplay. Everybody's like most Madden, like diehard Madden people are livid. They're just like,
even when I was looking for this compilation video we're showing in the back, it was just bad reviews all over the place. This thing's getting reviewed terribly, poorly. Everyone's really mad about it.
It was funny because there was a guy that is an influencer for Madden, and he's like, dude, I didn't pay for this game, but I think they should give me my money back. I thought that was hilarious.
Oh my gosh.
And you know what? I feel bad because my son wanted to play this game so badly that we even told some of our fans, I go, hey, you need to pick up this game so we can play the yard together. And then when we started playing, I'm like, damn, dude, I feel bad because these guys probably picked this game up,
One of them is infamous.
spend $60, and they're just gonna see all this crap.
Oh my gosh.
Infamous bought the game, and I was like, he hates the yard.
He picked up the game.
Yeah, just for me and Dad.
Oh my god.
And he hates the yard. He already said it.
Yeah, he was like, I dislike the yard. It's like so much issues every time we play the game.
Dude, that's garbage. Like that sucks because I mean, I think we should be past the time where we see problems like that happen in a game in general.
And I get it. They make a game every year. They gotta pop out a game every year.
Okay.
And I understand that. But dude, like if you can make a game in a year, you should be able to fix your problems faster than 4 months later. The game comes out in August. They're gonna do a patch for most of this stuff in November. That's a long time.
That is a long time.
Bouncing on your head, that was in the other one. That's not new.
Yeah.
Like
Last
some of these
Madden-
problems aren't new problems, is what you're saying.
Yeah, they've been in the old ones. It's like
They're Madden moments that you always used to tell me.
Madden.
Yes, Madden moments. And sometimes you would catch the ball like for hits, and the DB would just run right past, like through you, and you just turn around and score.
Yeah, we talked about the clipping.
Damn.
It's crazy.
So as of now, what do you say? What do you give Madden?
That's it, if it's like we rate them like we do women, or your significant lover. This is the kind where you just like, I'll be back. It's not you, it is me. But when you get your crap together, then we can talk. It might take a year or two, but we'll see. That's what it is right now. It's not you, it's me.
I play it all the time. I think it's
Okay.
It's fun. Well, I'm not saying it's not fun. The reason you're having fun is because you like football. But if you take it as a video game, take away the genre, which is sports.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine playing Call of Duty and you shooting people and they don't die. Imagine playing like FIFA and you go to kick the ball and you miss. Like just replace any game with the most important part of the game and that part's broken.
Yeah.
the worst thing is the hit
I
stick.
absolutely agree.
Dude, I'd be like, and the guy would be like super close to me, and I would just not graze him.
The hit
I'd be
stick
like,
has been bad for the last 3 years. The guy's right in front of you, you're right there, and you just, you want to just blow him up, basically. And he just completely, it feels like the guy closes his eyes, ducks his head, and tries to hug whatever is in front of him. And he just completely misses, and you're like, dude, you're in the NFL. You shouldn't be this bad.
Yeah.
It got to the point where me and my son are like, you know what? I'm not going to hit stick. I'm just going to make normal tackles. And it gets kind of boring because sometimes the receiver's right there and you're like, dude, I'm gonna clean this guy out. And you're like, and you miss.
And then we stopped hit sticking, and then there was this one time where I tried hit sticking, and I'm like, no, this is exactly why I stopped doing this. And then we were like, okay, we'll wait for the new Madden to come out, because we thought all the problems were going. None of them were going.
Instead, they added some more.
They added more problems. Oh my gosh.
And the fear is that Madden's for 2026 is still 5 more years, 6 more years of this.
Long time.
Hopefully they can get their crap together because I'm sure NFL's looking at people putting a NFL drop this. And if you have 1 million people saying it, you're like, dude, they're making our product look bad.
Yeah, absolutely.
Same thing happens with Disney. Disney gets pissed when EA doesn't do a good job with Star Wars.
Oh, for sure.
I am. If when Mario Rabbids came out, which we have it right there, I'm sure Ubisoft would have got a lot of crap from Nintendo saying, dude, we gave you our Mario, our best franchise, and this is what you made with it. Luckily, Mario Rabbids is a really good game.
Yeah.
It's an awesome. My son Bastion loved that game, and it's like XCOM for kids.
Yeah.
And for adults.
No, they did a good job with that game.
So that's why I'm saying, after a while, the people that own the property like to see good things happen with their property. They don't want their property to get tarnished, and NFL kind of dropped the ball on this one.
I'm really hoping 2K buys them. They can do good in my career.
You know why NFL became you know why Madden bought the NFL license was because of 2K.
They were scared that they got.
They were making good football games, and they're like, dude, they're about to catch us and pass us. Let's monopolize this thing, and that way we can keep.
You can keep it.
Look at 2K. NBA Live was when I was a kid was the basketball game for many years. It was first it started with Lakers versus Celtics, then Bulls versus Celtics, and then eventually the name changed to NBA Live. The whole it's in the game was because of the basketball games, not because of Madden. The first commercials were the basketball game. If it's in the game, it's in the game, and you see the guy dunking and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And eventually, 2K caught up and just passed them. And look, there's no NBA Live no more.
Yeah, it's gone.
Well, 2K did really bad. You saw
This year, they kind of dropped the ball. We'll talk about it next week, the review. But the freaking shooting stick, the shooting mechanics is
terrible.
And my thing is dude, if it's something good, why mess with it?
Yeah, if it ain't broke,
Why
don't
mess
fix
with
it.
No one was
There's
bothered.
enough problems in your game. Trust me, I can name a lot of problems in 2K. It's a great basketball game. It's basically a monopoly. It's a great basketball game. There's still a lot of problems, but shooting wasn't one of them. So dedicate your time to fixing these, and then if you fix this, then okay, try to mess around with, but don't mess with what's not broken.
No, I absolutely agree.
And now they completely destroyed it. They didn't just break it; they destroyed it.
They might go back to the old one.
An NBA player wrote like, "Damn, 2K, like you're so messed up. I can't even make a free throw with your new shooting thing. Like I'm not that bad in real life."
Terrible.
Yeah.
A lot of my friends didn't buy the game because of that.
2K?
Well,
That's the thing. That's a demo can make you or break you. So if you come out
Absolutely.
with a free demo before and you do a really good one, like I remember when Metal Gear, right before Metal Gear 2 came out, they came out with a demo, and my brother and I, that's all we played for months, like a 5-minute demo. Let's do it again. And there was so much stuff to do in that demo that we were able to fill the time. We were like, okay, today I'm going to go around killing everyone by just choking them. Oh, I'm going to shoot this guy's radio out. And it was funny. He used to shoot the radio, and they're like it was ahead of its time. And it was just a demo, and we were able to play it for months and months and months. So when the game came out, we're like, "Duh, we're going to get it." But there's also other games that you play the demo, and you're like, what is this trash? I'm not going to buy this game.
Yeah.
And I think 2K kind of had that problem this time around when the people played the demo, like, dude, I can't shoot. I don't want to play this game. And I think kind of hurt them a little bit.
Interesting. Well, those are the games that we got to review this week. Other than that, that's all we got for you guys this Sunday night. Remember to follow us on our socials, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, GameBros space or _show. Anything coming up that you have in mind right now?
We're going to start streaming again. I want to do another contest so we can, stir up some of the fans again. And we should start streaming like we were doing before the coronavirus hit.
We can stream Madden today if you want.
We can stream a lot of stuff. Rainbow's gonna drop their new stuff. I want to play that spell break game. It sounds fun. We could stream some Madden so you guys could see what happens on the yard. It's fun, but I like playing it because I get to play with my son and stuff. But sometimes you're like, dude, like come on, like it's like a pivotal moment in the game. Like we need this. Like don't let us down. And it's just like, oh, you let us down. But so we have that on the pipeline. Hopefully we could go to the other con and meet new people out there. It'll be exciting.
All right. Sounds good. Remember, guys, also, Nikki plugged in the chat. If you guys want to join our Discord server, you guys can. Follow a link that's down in the chat as well. And if you guys want to support us by buying our merch as well on our Teespring shop, you can with the link that is there. If not, you can go to teespring.com/GameBros show. And as well as don't forget about D2D. If you guys want to pick up bottle, glasses, shakers, the eye shield protection stuff, make sure you guys go to their store and use code GameBros, capital G, capital B, for 10% off. And if you guys for next week want to submit any clips as well, GameBrosClips@gmail.com. You guys can email the link or the direct video if you guys want to there. But other than that, thank you guys for watching. And like we always say, live in your world.
But playing ours. Game Bros. Peace.